No matter what you ride, every mile, every twist, every shift matters. AMSOIL motorcycle oil is specifically engineered to deliver confident clutch feel and lasting engine protection, whether you're on the road or off. Whatever you ride, wherever you ride, your bike deserves the best protection and performance. AMSOIL motorcycle oil. Protection you demand, performance you deserve. Order now at amsoil.com.
Born from family values and a passion for performance, Cometic Gasket keeps your engine sealed so you can focus on the checkered flag. Cometic is the standard for racers who demand uncompromised reliability under the most exacting conditions. Professionals and performance enthusiasts trust Cometic to deliver race-winning performance. Cometic Gasket, sealing championships since 1989.
This FloRacing broadcast is brought to you by Monster Energy, Unleash the Beast, by AMSOIL, the first in synthetics, and by Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Get ready.
And welcome back to FloRacing's live coverage of the 45th running of the AMA Monster Energy Amateur Motocross National Championships. And we want to say hi and thank you to one of our great partners, Campers Inn RV. They are here on site. Let's have a look.
What's going on, everybody? We are here in beautiful Loretta, Lynn's, at the race. We're super excited to be here. We got the Campers Inn RV War Wagon. It's a long trip out here from us, being based out of Florida, but 50+ locations all over the United States, right? Full service locations where we sell and service RVs. So dirt bike racing is super important to us, right? Being a Hirsch and part of the ownership group that owns Campers Inn, I grew up racing dirt bikes and being a part of this sport my whole life. So, when you're here for 7 days, this is my 5th time to Loretta's, you're here for 7 days, it's hot. And, there's races like this all over the country. And servicing the RV and allowing you guys to camp and really being a part of the solution for the problems that you might have is a big part of what we do. We hope you have a fantastic week here at Loretta's. We hope you're having even more fun watching Loretta's this week. We've had some great racing.
Welcome back. Sight lap now underway. Another moto completed. That was 45+. Martin Garcia. As our man Special Ed told us, not the whole shot king. He is the start presidente.
I like it.
Yeah, start presidente.
You're
Presidente.
You're brushing up on your Spanish.
I gotta roll those R's. I did throw a little Gracias down there.
I heard that.
Yeah, and C.
Did he call him El Diablo?
Oh, well.
Kelleher, El Diablo.
Yes, exactly. Be careful with Kelleher. So that's that one. We got 450C up next.
250C Limited.
250C Limited. Yep.
And if anyone cares, which no one probably does, you turned to 209 for your lap time.
Not bad,
from the podium to the tower.
I do appreciate that, but now that I know that I am being clocked,
you got a 150.
We can shave that off. I mean, the best lap time of the week is the 151.5 of Jet Kellogg.
Can you eclipse that?
I can make that.
From the podium to the tower.
We can make that happen.
Okay, good.
No distractions. No distractions. Straight shot right here from the podium to here.
I can at least shave off 3 seconds were spent telling Frenchie the mustache, long hair look is solid.
Yep.
That was at least 3 seconds right there.
Got it.
So we could do better. Yep. There was a Team Green hat that had the fetch for the podium. That probably cost me another 3 seconds.
We'll clean it up.
Yep. Yep.
Hey, we all make mistakes. It's just go back and think about your moto and how you can make improvements.
Yep. All we can do is work on the little things.
Getting coached up.
Kevin Windham. Yeah.
How to make it from the podium to here.
Yep.
So
there's a lot. We learned a lot. Going to work on a lot of little things.
Hey,
trying to be more comfortable.
Second motos have been outstanding.
Yes.
Things kind of coming into focus for some of these guys, and a lot left on the table for that third and final moto coming up.
Honestly, almost every second moto was a flip-flop of the Moto 1. Everything we've seen today has really set up the story. Martin Garcia that just did it. We saw it in 125 Junior and Schoolboy 1.
Women's class.
Women's class is going to be tough. So you name it, it has been exciting today. The first motos were somewhat procedural. Absolutely not the case in the second ones. And we expect more of that as we roll through this afternoon here with FloRacing. And we'll welcome in the big audience at the top of the hour, which would be Roku TV and Amazon Prime, YouTube, and more, with a 2-hour look in at the best of the best coming from the Monster Energy Amateur National.
And hey, it shows right up on Prime on Click Live TV, and you'll find it.
Yeah, we saw it right under the WNBA link the other day if you're looking for sports on Amazon Prime. And we'll be right back.
This isn't just a motorcycle. It's an engineering miracle, a time machine.
It's a good friend. It's all your friends.
It's your inner child, and it's all the stars in the sky.
It's a highway to your final form.
And as America's #1 motorcycle insurer, Progressive protects whatever it means to you.
Wait, are you talking to me? Sorry, I can't hear anything with this thing on.
This isn't just
No, I started.
Oh, that's you, sorry.
Every gate drop is a chance to make history.
And the gate's down. We're off and rolling.
From thousands of hopefuls
Here we go.
to one legendary proving ground. This is history in the making. Welcome to the 45th annual Monster Energy AMA Amateur National Motocross Championship presented by AMSOIL. Since 1982, Loretta Lynn Ranch has launched the careers of motocross legends. Now, a new generation is ready. It's Loretta Lynn's. It's where champions begin. This is it, into the second set of motos, deep into the heart of the order in the world's biggest motocross event. This is the Monster Energy Amateur National Championship from the famous Loretta Lynn's Ranch, a campground and dude ranch outside of Nashville, Tennessee. They set up a motocross track that's used for 1 week a year, and it is the finale of a year-long process to qualify the best of the best throughout the United States, racing at America's best tracks to just make it to the national championship. And for the next 2 hours here, we will give you a live look in to what this is like. This is where dreams are made of. A lot of young racers that are hoping to turn professional and get discovered by the big teams. That's going to happen in part this afternoon. We'll have a cavalcade of announcers, Jason Wygant, Kevin Kelly, and the AMA Hall of Famer, one of the best to ever do it here at Loretta's, Kevin Kelly. And we're, Kevin Windham, sorry, I gave you credit that I shouldn't have given you, Kevin Kelly. Kevin Windham, you did well here at Loretta's. Here's the riders looking to do well here in 250C.
Moto 1 winner, Gavin Wilson, 250C Limited. Moto 2 up next, dirty 100 points on the table.
So Jason, out of Canada, Gavin Wilson was your Moto 1 winner. A Mexican rider won our Moto just moments ago.
That's
so
right.
All over the planet, folks try to come to this race and be a part of this, which is the most prestigious amateur motocross race in the world.
So at this event, you race 3 different races over the course of a week. Take the 3 scores that each rider gets. The lowest in total number is the champion. And the first motos, we saw some drama, but the second motos have begun now, and we have seen some wild racing since. And we expect more of that in 250C Limited. See the card there when that turns. That will mean it's time for the riders to tell the mechanics to leave the start area, put the bikes in gear, and they're about to focus on that gate.
Keep tabs on the 63 of Gavin Vieira as well. He finished second, so Gavin finishing 1 and 2. Here we go.
Those are just 2 of the players in 250C underway.
And one of the more critical junctures of the race right here when everybody's bunched up. That first turn can get wild.
Jack Cadlow with our hole shot here at number 48 on the KTM leads him around, or at least is credited with the hole shot in the 250C Limited. Let's see how it plays out as they head down to the infamous 10 Commandments.
Carter Clay, rider out of Florida. We got our buddy Wes Kane up at the announcer's tower with us. Knows him well. This is a guy who rides sand a lot, despite the last name. Carter Clay knows the sand, but the clay surface here not slowing him. Cadlow had that whole shot. Kevin Windham second now. And how about third there, Kevin?
Cash Flicker.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cash Flicker.
Now, Jason Wygant, you talk about sand riders, clay riders. That is one of the most interesting parts of this course here at Loretta Lynn's ranch. They bring in several types of soil, the natural base, a little bit more rocky. They have clay sections, they have sand sections, they have mulch sections. So regardless of who you are, where you're from, what your name and your geographical region of America or the world, as riders certainly come from all over the place. Now we're seeing the sand section. This track throws everything at these riders.
Clay right at home there. Now that feels like home. The beach sand of Florida, it's got that. Tough break. Our first moto winner buried back in 22nd, boys. That's what these second motos can do. 22nd place for our winner, Gavin Wilson.
Let's see if Gavin Wilson can go on a tear. He's a rider with a lot of potential, but he's going to have to let it all out on the line as he finds himself buried in the pack right now, and it's going to make it a tough deal for the championship. But we've seen riders in this position already today and in our Moto 2s. It's time to go to work if you want to be a champion.
We have seen a lot of riders been able to dig their way out of a hole here. And the C-Class is reserved for riders who are new to this event. It's the first year that any of the riders are competing. That's what makes you eligible to race here at Loretta Lynn's. There are younger classes going down to as young as ages 4 to 6. But if you've raced any of those, you're ineligible for what is considered the novice division. These are relatively inexperienced riders, but they still know how to go fast.
Yeah, look at the age range in this 250C limited class. 40 years old is what I'm looking at for Bryson Barker out of Utah. A lot of 30s and nope, I'll take that back. It's wrong. That's the age to the left. So it's mostly 16, 17, and 18-year-olds. There we go. Got it right now.
I do wonder in this class if you've ever had someone who literally started racing at, say, 20, and then at 25 or 30 decided, I'm going to take a shot at Loretta's, and I'm still eligible.
Why not?
For C. It could happen.
Yeah, it looks like 16 to 18 right now is the age range for this one here.
It is so deep back there as they head into what they call Storyland, and Carter Clay almost went down. You got Cash Flicker and Gavin Vieira putting pressure on. 3 riders, make it 4 fighting for the lead.
Yeah, we are going to say the 41 of Old Darling. Old Darling getting into the mix here on the 41, as I believe he overtook Cash Flicker as they come out of Storyland.
Well, we're not too far from the country music headquarters there in Nashville. This is Loretta Lynn's property, and we got Old Darling and Cash Flicker battling it out. That almost sounds like something you'd duet maybe over at Opryland.
Sure.
Old Darling and Cash Flicker doing battle here in Tennessee.
A little Jack Cadlow back there in 5th.
Oh, small mistake there for the number 63 of Gavin Fieri. He had a great Moto 1 as well as Carter Clay. Going to inch it out just a little bit, but we still can throw a blanket over all of the top 4 as 1.1 second is the biggest gap between all of them. This thing is super tight here. 11 minutes on the clock, another point to the 250C class. It is a 15-minute moto. Historically, most of the motos here are 20 minutes in duration. A couple of special classes, our pro sports go a little bit longer, and the entry-level classes go a little bit shorter. So this will be a 15-minute moto here for 250C Limited.
And I don't think they're going to complain about it.
I would not be complaining about it.
No, these guys, it's getting really hot this afternoon and a lot rougher than the track was this morning. Sort of the unique aspects of motocross. But also this track very raceable. You're going to see different lines right now. These 3 freight training, but you see the 63 trying to flare out a little bit. Vieira, who was right on the rear tire of the leader Clay 1 lap ago, but now Old Darling has caught him to 3rd.
God, I hope he gets on the podium and you get a chance to talk to him.
That'd be a good one. Old Darling. And Cash Flicker trying to hang there. Logan Grounds, who races a lot of off-road races in the woods, is 5th. Cadlow's gone back to 6th, and Robbie Ragland, who had scored a moto win earlier in the week. Oh, man, something that Vieira does through that 10 commandments, and then those twisties there, he gets right to the rear wheel again of Clay.
Yeah, tight battle here on our top 3. Cash Flicker going to have to turn her loose a little bit as it's a 3-rider breakaway, pulling away just slightly from our 4th place position. But look at the battle as they are over the little hump, and some guys tripling that right there. That is a double single for this 250C class. I understand. I don't know if I'd jump it either, but here we go down 20 miles of bad road with the 3 riders, and who knows how this thing's going to turn out. It is.
Kevin, talk about how rough that or smooth it is in the morning.
Well, in the morning it looks like a highway, but no more, as these tires and these bikes just chew that dirt up. All of that is just from the dirt getting scooped out from tires, and all of a sudden it looks like a mountain of moguls, and yeah, exactly like the moguls as you would see in the Olympics and elsewhere, where these guys are just trying to beat their way through. Another sand section here, just so wallowed out, makes it very difficult for these riders. Look at this. We got a pass, I believe.
Yeah, Vieira got it done. He got it done. He set it up in the right-hander. And wait a minute, yeah. Darling's going to get him as well.
Wow, Carter Clay, that is a tough turn. We call that the Bermuda Triangle. And Carter Clay going to lose 2 positions there. If you want to learn about the riders on screen, or any of the riders here at the ranch and others that did not make the journey, maybe did not qualify, you can still scan that QR code, get the Prospect app. It is an abundance of information for the fans of the sport, and you can check out your favorite rider and learn everything you want to know about them.
Yeah, and especially in this C-class where a lot of the riders are pretty new to the national stage. Wow. Old Darling gets Carter Clay, and now he wants to pass Gavin Vieira and grab the lead. They're side by side.
Ooh, almost off the track.
Through the 10 Commandments there.
He'll make the pass. Old Darling has got it done, Kevin.
That was a great move for Gavin to just maintain 2 wheels. And look, now another mistake. They almost come handlebar to handlebar again. You see a lot of riders with many years of experience lose it in a situation like that in the 10 Commandments. Great job for Gavin to keep that thing on 2 wheels.
Ooh, that was flirting with disaster there.
Carter Clay not going away, though. He wants to get back in this fight. Top 3 riders, you recognize them on the podium. They get moto medals. That's a huge accomplishment, just making it onto the podium for a moto.
Let's give a shout out right now to Gavin Wilson. He was Moto 1 winner. I think we had him back in 22nd at the beginning of this. He now finds himself inside the top 10. Just made the pass on Cash Flicker, as well as Jack Cadlow. He's now in 8th position. So good ride for Gavin Wilson. We will see what he can do as he has 7 minutes remaining. As we mix all of the motos together, you just simply add up the position you're in. So a 1-1-1 gets you 3 points. That would obviously make you the champion. Gavin Wilson went 1 and is currently in, I believe, 8th. So that would be 9 points. He's got to do some work if he wants to be a champion here at 250C Limited.
About halfway home,
a little bit of time. Yeah, about halfway home. He has some time to work with. Although, again, it is the shorter 15-minute moto for these newer riders. A couple other battles here. Mason Wright on the 44 under pressure from the 39 of Robbie Ragland.
And there's Wilson at the back of that group there,
wow.
Jason Wygant.
Yeah, he's got a couple of guys right in front of him. Those are points that he will deduct from his total. And that's what he is trying to do, lower that score, his overall score. There he is on the 72, your first moto winner. Got a couple of riders right behind him. Look at that lap time he ran, a very quick 2:06 just before 2:09, so he's a couple seconds faster than the guys directly in front of him.
Yeah, it's hard to maintain a great lap time when you're in traffic. The rider in front of you may be in the preferred line, the line you want to take, and here's Wilson making another move. So you'd expect to see, Kevin Kelly, that lap time for Gavin Wilson if he clears these 2 riders, which it appears he just did.
Wow.
So making some work and moving towards the front. Now we'll see if we can drop that lap time back down. Obviously, if the rider is where you want to be, you can't pass him if you're following him. So you try to venture out, find some new lines. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. And we will see if Gavin can drop back down to a lap time that will advance him even further towards the front in this moto.
Man, with a pack in front of him like that, he made a lot of work in a short amount of time, Gavin Wilson. Now back to this battle. And that's the thing about this event. When you put the best in the country all over the track, you're going to find battles everywhere. You could probably go down to 27th and find a battle, or 37th. It never ends. If you like this type of action, scan that QR code right there. This is just a sample of all the events on FloRacing. Nearly 18,000 different racing events a year, and the Flo Sports app, nearly 60,000 total sporting events, including gymnastics and swimming and wrestling, you name it. Awesome to have FloRacing now covering motocross like this as well. So scan now to subscribe if you like this. Just countless hours of programming there. And action like this as the 72 of Gavin Wilson is gathering it up and closing in on more traffic.
Yeah, he can see them all in front of him going down that big Thor sweeper. He's got a couple of riders right in front of him. The great monster live drone shot. He could be as high as 5th in just a couple of turns.
This is setting up to be a ride that dreams are made of. If Gavin can keep doing what he's currently doing, he's going to find himself in great position, but he's got to go to work. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left on the clock. And I hate to break it for Gavin Wilson, but the 2-lap board is out, so time is running out. The 2-lap board obviously is going to indicate 2 laps to go. They will receive the white flag next lap, and then the race will conclude with the checkered. So Gavin Wilson running out of time.
Can he get to Brody Niding? He went 2 seconds faster than Niding the last time around. That's who's in front of him. And then you see the 27 of Carter Clay not too far. Well, he already caught Niding. Lap and a half to go for all the marbles here. These points would be so valuable heading into the third moto.
There goes to the inside, the 72 there, side by side, handlebar to handlebar. And Gavin Wilson going to break out the triple in the 10 Commandments.
Nice. Those red boots.
Seal the deal. Red boots seem to be a thing here at Loretta Lynn's this year at the 45th running.
Gavin put them on for this one.
He heard us on FloRacing. He said, I got to change my setup.
Does. He's got Carter Clay now, your early race leader, directly in front of him. So the rider on screen trying to track him down. He won that first moto, trying to paint himself back into the championship picture.
Old Darling credited with 36 in Moto 1, so he is not going to be a championship contender. But Gavin Fieri with a 2-2, so he's going to be sitting on 4 total points between Moto 1 and Moto 2. So if Gavin Wilson can make just a few more moves, we're going to be in about a winner-take-all situation as we go into Moto 3, which we have seen in many, many motos here at Loretta Lynn's.
Yeah, almost more often than not. When you put the best of the best out there, it's going to be close. Wilson has really done a good job. Shout out to Logan Grounds, who has quietly moved up to 3rd place. Again, a rider who does a lot of Grand National cross-country racing in the woods, but he's showing some speed in the motocross format. Up to 3rd. But Darling, well, he's the darling of this moto for sure. We're at the last lap coming up.
You got white flag coming out. That's the group of leaders pretty much right there. There is the 41 of Darling, trying to keep those guys behind him. Manage that race lead for one more lap, Kevin.
Logan Grounds also in Moto 1 update. He finished 11th in that one. So typically in these C classes, you can see some back and forth. So you see some front runners may have had some mishaps, fall down. Who knows what happened in Moto 1. But they're proving that they can do it. As Old Darling, man, that's a major accomplishment to go from 36th to 1st. He is in position to win the moto with 1 to go. But let's see what
this guy
Gavin Wilson can do.
He's going to get on the podium. He is going to pass this 92, and that is an incredible run if he does that.
Got about a lap left to do it as they head down what we call the long short chute.
He might get second.
They will be into the 10 Commandments. Gavin Wilson putting pressure on. What a fantastic ride for the 72.
There's that triple again.
Needs to not rest on it, though. Still go to work.
Look out.
Whoa, hang on to it. 92 with a small mistake in that off-camera corner.
He's got 2 riders directly. He's just, it's almost like they're holding him up. Now he is fit. He wants to go the distance. There's that pass. He's going to get that guy right in front of him. He's going to get second. Vieira, you've got some company, brother.
Well, Gavin is, well, now we got Gavin finished right next to each other, 1 and 2 in Moto 1, and now we find Gavin and Gavin together again.
Wow. Gavin on Gavin crime there. The 72 with the pass, but the 92 fights back. This is a good one.
An unbelievable comeback. Maybe championship level comeback for Wilson.
That is absolutely amazing. We've had a couple of Levi's together in some races, and now it's all about the Gavin and Gavin duo as they work their way down what we call 20 miles of bad road. Just a few corners left before this race will be in the books, but still too close to call as Gavin Wilson putting pressure on Gavin Vieira.
Yeah, about 3 more turns remain for Old Darling. He's going to get a moto win, but this is just an insane battle here as we take it down to the finish line.
Gavin Wilson airing it out as they fly by the tower through the Thor sand sweeper one last time. He is on the tack. This is going to go down to the Bermuda Triangle.
Woo. That's your full run of leads right there.
That's unbelievable. It's the type of racing we love here at the ranch. Checkered flag is out. Darling, Vieira, Wilson, bang, bang, bang across the finish line. Logan Grounds 4th. Total margin between the 4 riders was 3.2 seconds.
Unbelievable. 0.8 for Darling to Vieira, and Wilson 0.7 back. So doesn't get much tighter than that. What a great time.
Yeah.
to have a great moto.
Yeah, welcoming in our fans here on Amazon Prime, etc., with FloRacing. Old Darling, be fun to beat him on the podium. He's been close all week long, but it's his first time on the box, I believe. They're going to get some moto medals for that. They'll be greeted by Jackson Burrell. And as far as the championship is concerned, man, it looked like it was going to be high drama, but Gavin Wilson erased a lot of hope for everyone else with that incredible comeback.
Yeah, we're tied again, Gavin. Both Gavin sitting on 4 points. So here we go with our Rocky Mountain ATVMC.com rundown.
Old Darling with the win, Vieira and Wilson. Yep, that's going to set up a showdown for the final moto for the title. Logan Grounds 4th, Niding, Lee, Clay, top 7, Robbie Ragland 8th, Wyatt Bailey and Mason Wright rounded out the top 10.
And what do you know? We have another
unbelievable
class tied.
Unbelievable. Yeah, and good luck picking a favorite since they finished basically side by side across the finish line in this one.
I think Gavin's going to win this one.
Easy money.
There it is.
Easy money. Good job, Kevin Windham, and good job, Old Darling, and the rest of the field out here for getting this done. We'll give the riders a minute to cool off, and Jackson will be ready for them on the podium.
Yeah, they are down in the Monster Energy cool-off zone. That is a very important place to be, to get that body temp down, get the water, and collect your thoughts as Old Darling about to get a chance to go up and collect a medal and do an interview. See a lot of these riders take their boots off. You see the bare feet there, or at least the socks. Both those riders, we see their feet sometimes going in ice.
Yeah.
It is quite warm out here at Loretta Lynn's ranch, so it's very important to hit the Monster Energy cool down zone.
Yeah, we're at 93 degrees, 40 some odd percent, 39% humidity.
Classic conditions of this race. Old Darling coming out of Bend, Oregon.
Oof, doesn't get quite as warm there as it does here.
No,
not quite as much humidity either, I would think.
I mean, only when it rains, which would be a totally different type of weather. They are pumped. The family loves it. They got a moto win.
Yeehaw on the t-shirt.
Oh, really? They're ready for Tennessee.
Here we go. Let's send it down to Jackson on the podium.
There you go. It says it on there, Oregon boy.
All right. Thank you very much. We are standing by, guys, with our gold medalist, Ole Darling, getting the job done. Throw that hard-earned medal around your neck, my friend. All right, Ole, 36 in Moto 1, a first here in Moto number 2. Take us through it. How'd you pull it off? What happened there in that first one?
Yeah, yesterday was not my day. Glad to bounce back. Got a 6 last moto and put her on the top step of the podium this one. Stoked. Just got a decent start, far inside gate, and made a couple passes and put her on cruise control.
And the most prestigious amateur race in the world. How does it feel to be up here on the Loretta Lynn's podium?
If you would have told me yesterday, I probably wouldn't have believed you with how bad I was riding. But pulled it together today.
Well, congratulations to you. I know you don't do it alone. Who you want to thank for helping you out?
I want to thank my mom and Joe, Josh, Mike, MX Clinic, Moto Shop, Power Motorsports, Article Acres, MX13 Training Facility, M9, Reeves Construction, Property Leaders, Cascade Snowbike, and above all, accounting.
All right, everybody, put your hands together for your gold medalist, Ole Darling. And now we are going to get our silver medalist up to the stage. Gavin, come on up. Making his way up now. Going 2-2 so far. Gavin Vieira, there you go, our silver medalist. Let's hear it for him one time, folks. Yeah! Gavin Vieira, you got the job done here in Moto number 2. Take us through it from your point of view.
I came off to like a 5th place start, and I made a few passes in the beginning, and I was actually passed for first, but I don't know who was behind me, but he had a little more pace than me, and he got around me, and I just stayed in second for the rest of the moto.
Well, congratulations to you. 2-2 moto scores. You're in the running for this championship. What's the plan going into Moto number 3?
Moto 3, I'm just gonna really focus on my starts and my gate pick and just ride my best and try to stay strong throughout the whole moto.
All right, well, congratulations on the silver medal. Who you want to thank for helping you out?
I'd like to thank Motorsports Accessories for my helmet, Ziggy's Auto Specialties, Holleron Mess, Joe DeLowry for training me, DCH Masonry for, and S4 Graphics for all my graphics, Crown House for having my suspension out there working good, and the Masons Insurance. I'd also just like to shout out Sugar Shane.
There it is, everybody. Let's hear it for your silver medalist, Gavin Vieira. And now we are going to get our bronze medalists up to the stage. Gavin Wilson, come on up. And here he is. We'll get you right here front and center, Gavin. Let's hear it one time for your bronze medalists, everybody. Gavin Wilson going 1-3 so far. You're in the running for this one as well. Take us through your moto here.
Yeah, I just got a horrible start, and you know, just focus on myself, get through the pack good, and just try and focus on riding, and kept the heat out of my mind and just dogged it out. We don't get tired.
That's what I like to hear. How you feel going into moto number 3?
Good. I mean, I made up 12 seconds on the last 2 laps. I mean, if I had another half lap, I have that win all day. So I'm just gonna have to make it happen. You know, I just need to start in the first top 10 and just get it done.
How's it feel to be up on the Loretta Lynn's podium now for another time?
Pretty good. Not where I want to be, but you know, we'll get there. Bounce back.
Go out there, have some fun in moto number 3. Who you want to thank for helping you out here in moto number 2?
My dad, my mechanic Jack, everybody at Mon. TCD, Evan at Thor, and everybody else there that gets me looking good. Oakley, and everybody else who, Tommy Hahn, shout out to him, he gets me right. And then everybody else that I forgot, thank you.
All right, let's hear it for your bronze medalist, Gavin Wilson. That's going to do it for us down here on the podium for Moto 2 at 250C Limited. Back up to you guys in the tower.
Thank you, Jackson. Take a quick break here on FloRacing, and we'll be right back.
Are you ready to advance your motorcycle riding skills? Whether it's working towards dragging a knee, blitzing the whoops, or just shifting smoothly through the gears, we can match you with a coach to get you there. Download the Motorcycle Coaching app or visit motorcyclecoaching.org and connect with your coach today.
The Dirty 100 status has to be earned. Results don't lie. The grind is gritty and always honest. See where you rank.
The apprenticeship program presented by On Track School means building more connections within the industry, gaining hands-on experience, and learning directly from professionals. It's a chance to develop essential skills, grow my network, and open doors to career opportunities I may have not had otherwise.
This FloRacing broadcast is brought to you by Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. By AMSOIL, the first in synthetics. And by Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Get ready. Hey, we're back. I think we owe everybody a race recap from that previous moto in 250C, so let's get to it.
Hey, we got our friend Zach Heron hanging out in the Monster Energy Rider Lounge where it's nice and cool. Zach, what do you got going on down there, big dog?
All right. Check, check, check.
working on Zach down there. There we go. What's happening down in that cool down zone?
Hey guys, thank you. I am hanging out here behind the starting line here at Loretta Lynn's, one of the most anxiety-filled parts of the property, but Monster Energy has stepped up and created the Monster Energy's Racers Lounge. We're actually going to flip-flop here, show you what we've got going on behind us. We've got a fridge full of Monster Tour water. We've got spin bikes, elliptical machines, all kinds of things to help you stay cool, get warmed up for your moto. And then the biggest thing, you can turn and see the big FloRacing screen, live timing and scoring just underneath. Our riders able to get one last look at the track before they go out and do battle. But I can't think of a better spot for me to hang out and watch this Open Pro Sport moto. I'm gonna kick back and relax. I've been working hard, and I'll send it back up to you guys in the booth. Monster Energy stepping up once again, not only with the cool down zone after the race, but right here before in the Monster Energy Riders Lounge. Back up to you guys.
Did you notice that palm tree blowing in the wind? So
yeah,
that is AC just pumping into that zone. They have access to FloRacing. They have access to the tour waters. Get all the information they need.
Let's say hello to our first place winner in that first moto here in the Open Pro Sport.
Moto 1 winner, Zach Osborne, Open Pro Sport. Moto 2 up next. Dirty 100 points on the table.
All right, Jason Wygant, Open Pro Sport. This is going to be a good one.
Might be the most anticipated class of the week here at the ranch. So this is essentially taking the best of today's amateur riders looking to graduate to the pros, and then taking a lot of ex-professionals, great racers that have returned to the ranch, regaining their amateur status because they're older and they don't race professionally any longer, and they end up meeting in this class. And when they did meet in the first moto, it was the veterans getting the best of the kids. You had that Zach Osborne win that you just saw there. Zach hasn't raced at the ranch since 2005, making his return a multi-time professional racing champion, but he's spotting about 20 years to most of the kids on the gate. So how will it go in Open Pro Sport Moto 2?
Jason, Open means any size motorcycle?
And that motorcycle of Osborne's, the 450 Beta, that's bad news for everybody else. He's got the whole shot.
Yes, he does. The number 16, Zach Osborne, takes the whole shot. That is not what the young whippersnappers, will call him, the up-and-comers want to see, because this guy is a beast. We did a Fox radio show interview with him yesterday. That man has some python of legs. He is in shape, and we might see him at some national races later this year. We don't know just yet, but it is certainly on the table. But the Beta rider is off to doing what he does best, but getting some pressure here.
Phil Nicoletti
is going to make the pass going back to Storyland.
Classic rivals from back in the day, and they're still at it here at the ranch, Jason.
Yeah, they said they first raced in 1999. Oh, that is Jake Weimer, who has been luckless the last couple of motos. Too bad for today. Phil goes down.
Phil is down. He has not, look at him, trying to,
he's directing traffic,
man. Traffic. He
save
does
his
not want
life.
to get hit.
Yep.
He's like, get it off the track. That's
that guy
odd. He didn't go for the bike.
Dude just hucked that triple right in traffic. That was wild.
Well, everybody okay. Oh, moving up to the inside is Landon Gibson.
Another crash.
Oh.
And he just put someone down on the ground. Kevin Wyndham's favorite way to pick up a bike there for Cole Forbes. Picking it up from the back.
Yeah, he's looking over his shoulder, wondering if he put him on the ground.
Am I going to get a revenge shot coming up soon? Nope, Forbes is down. So this is the type of matchup we wanted to see. Osborne, the veteran, returning to Loretta's, and then Gibson, one of today's top amateurs looking to turn pro. Who will have the speed here?
Now, this is an interesting spot for Landon Gibson. We have seen him have some decent moto finishes, but he has had to work from deep in the pack in most of his races so far. So he's finally got himself in a decent position. Let's see what Landon Gibson can do with it.
Hey, how about the number 2 here on screen on the Cowie? Kate Johnson is absolutely flying right now.
Yeah, he is a taller, lankier rider. And you know what? It seems like he rides the open class, the 450, better than the 250. So we will see what the number 2 of Kate Johnson can do.
Yeah, he got in front of Osborne briefly in the first moto. He's got a little work to get there now as he works on Nate Freehill. Shout out to our friends at Racetech presenting this moto. Racetech, go to racetech.com if you want to get your suspension set up and the parts like the gold valves. But what's the coolest thing is that they actually offer all their suspension secrets and engine secrets up to you Go to racetech.com/seminars throughout the month of November at their HQ in California. They will teach you everything they know about suspension. If you want to take that knowledge, dads at home, and set up your own suspension company with the knowledge they gave you, they're fine with it. You probably use some Racetech parts when you're building and assembling and taking things apart. So check out racetech.com for all your suspension needs. And don't forget, there are Racetech centers all around the globe. So thanks to them for presenting this moto. We got riders on the move here.
Yeah, we got a little Kawasaki teammates here going through the 20 miles of bad road. It is none other than Nate Freehill trying to hold off Cade Johnson. We'll see if those Cowies get together. You normally try to respect your teammates and maybe not give a little elbow grease, but Cade Johnson wants to get to the front no matter what the color of the bike of the rider in front of him.
I'm watching Justin Turner, who's a little underpowered here. He's going to be probably on a 250 if I had to guess. You can ride a 250 in this open class. He's a few spots back in the number 7 spot, so that kind of messes with you on the start. But now once you're up to race speed, the start isn't as critical, and he is getting to work back there.
Look at the riders on screen as we look on our Monster Energy live drone. There is about 5-6 riders just right there on top of each other. We'll see some passes here.
8th place Carson Wood, first time we said his name. Carson Wood dazzling yesterday in the 250 Pro Sport. And again, probably the same scenario, not a great start on the 250 against the 450s.
Yeah, and same thing for Ryder Malinowski on the 31. He might have been the fastest rider in the first moto of this group. He had a bad start, crash coming through, didn't finish. So he gets a terrible gate selection in this. So Malinowski having to come through traffic again. He is in 13th place. So a lot of the fast kids are mid-pack. And the old man of the class, Zach Osborne, what does he say, 37 years old right now?
36, I think.
36, leading the way.
Fastest man on track, 153, Kevin Wyndham.
Close. Landon Gibson right there in second. Actually turned a slightly better lap time by 0.4 of a second. He's about 2.5 seconds behind Zach Osborne as we see the number 14, Kane Bolasino, getting shuffled back as he picks up his bike in the section we're calling the Twisties, I believe.
Why not?
Storyland, the Twisties?
Yeah, we don't have much left. So Storyland, but a couple of those tight turns that lead to it after the 10 Commandments. Still very close right now. I'm seeing the 94 getting bumped and banged around. Gabriel Andrigo, he's in a battle with Wood.
Here we go.
Oh,
look
Gibson
at that,
is there.
Look at that margin of lead that Zach Osborne had starting to diminish, I think, as the number 5 seems to be on a run as he tries to run down Zach Osborne, our Moto 1 winner and our current race leader.
Look, man, I got to imagine these kids are not happy about this.
No,
Nicoletti and Osborne put it to them in the first moto. They don't want the 30-something set to beat them. The teenagers trying to show the dad, the father of 3 up front, that they've got speed, and he does right now.
Gibson out of Peachtree City, about 6 hours from here. Just zip right up the road here as we watch him on screen. The number 5. What are you seeing, Kevin?
Well, I was just going to mention to our viewers at home, if you are new to watching, we get really excited about just small tenths of a second. Gibson now 2 laps in a row. Lap before he was 0.4 of a second faster. Now it's 0.3, and you will see why here in just a minute if Landon Gibson can keep this ball rolling, as it's now 1.9 seconds. These guys are fighting for every inch that they can gain, and just a simple tenth here and there is a big deal.
Watch out for the number 26, Jason Wygant. Carson Wood is coming. He's just behind this group here in the 10 Commandments.
And Nicoletti's done.
Tough break for Phil. We saw the get off on FloRacing. Lucky did not get impacted by another rider. The lights were on the jump face. I know the flaggers had the flags out, but it is still very intense for a rider when they're down on the backside of a jump, and he did all he could to get out of the way and now getting a toe back.
Yeah, it was interesting. He got off the track and left the bike there. I don't know if he actually knew there might have been a bike problem maybe that led to that. I don't know if he ever started circulating after that. So tough break for the lovable grump there from upstate New York. Always fun on the podium. Not going to happen this time. Yeah, Carson
Wood
moves
on screen here making some moves.
Caught Turner off guard. He looked over to his right and he was like, who is that coming? And it's Carson Wood on the 26, won a moto in the pro class yesterday. Here we go on the inside.
Up the inside, not going to be enough to get it done there for Carson Wood.
And Turner trying to fight right back and go immediately at Carson Wood here on the inside on the blue Yamaha. A pair of Yamaha teammates have come out side by side. They're going to fly right past us, Kevin.
A lot of air time here for all 3 of them. They are in the air at the same time through the Thor Sand Sweeper. We might have a twofer here for the 57. of Turner. Nope, not going to get it done. They both go around the Kawasaki, the 41 of Nate Freehill, but it is still Carson Wood in front of Justin Turner.
Yeah, Wood now has Max Shane directly in front of him.
Good battle, yeah, with Shane and Wood and Turner. Hey, scan that code on the screen right there for the St. Jude Lapathon. Get a lot of family members pledging money per lap for their favorite racer out here, and all that money goes to the St. Jude's Children's Cancer Research Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. Battle on right now. Shout out to Turner. He will not let Carson Wood go.
This battle, or this pass that he has been attempting to make, has been going on for about 2 laps, and he is just not letting the fight go as they take different lines through the 10 Commandments, one to the inside, one to the outside.
All roads lead right back to where they are, following each other. And they've got Max Shane just in front on the 23 Husqvarna. Osborne got it to about 2 seconds over Landon Gibson, so Gibson sat behind him long enough to know the lines. What's the move here?
Well, Osborne just put in his best time, a 1:52.0, and he's been telling us that he's older, so it takes a little while to get going. You know those young guys are going to have that sprint speed early on. Has Osborne found enough form to hold the kids at bay?
Well, if you're going to try to hold somebody off, Gibson's going to be one of the tougher of the bunch. He seems to have a lot of late moto charge as well. Not the veteran that Zach Osborne is. I think he takes a while to get going, maybe just to get the muscles going as he's an older rider. But Gibson, nevertheless, is a rider that is known for late moto speed. So we'll see as this one works out.
I feel like he's trying to break him right now. He's kind of stretched it out. That's a good one for Zacho. Another 152.
52.4 for Zach Osborne. 52.7.
Right, blow for blow, he's matching him.
But just as quickly as we got that lead down to about 1.7, now it's back to 2.7. So again, just shows how important those couple of tenths are here and there.
Max Shane now under the attack of Carson Wood, the 23, the 26. And there they are on screen, and it might be done right here. He's going to try to get over and take that real estate away from the 23 of Shane, and he might have done it. And they're a team here. I feel like Turner and the 26, they are just passing them in bunches.
Yeah, Turner is determined, man. He does not want to end this battle with Wood. Wood passed him. He has stayed with him the whole time. Now they're working their way around Shane. This could be the breaking point for Turner. He can't get Shane. Wood did. Wood starting to get away.
Look who's in the picture now. The 31 has entered the building. Ryder Malinowski has latched on. What? I did not see him coming at all. He's got a 54, 154, and everybody in front of him with 156s and 55s.
And in the other class for the soon-to-be graduates, 250 Pro Sport, you're looking at Malinowski versus Carson Wood there. So this could be an opportunity for some confidence for either one of them. The race within the race with Carson Wood in 4th here, coming through traffic, and Malinowski 7th coming through traffic. We check back in with the leader on the Beta. Liqui Moly Beta team helping out the veteran Zach Osborne. First time he's been here in 20+ years, and looking like he knows this place quite well.
Yeah, you guys better hurry up, because that is the 31 of Malinowski, but on screen the 16, like you were saying, Zach Osborne.
And looking out the window, it appears that Gibson has gained just a little bit. I can't wait to see what the lap time posts as they're through. A 53.9 for Zach Osborne and a 53.2.
You're right.
0.7 of a second. You can actually see just half second here, half second there. You can see it on screen as now the 5 looks like he's right there in tow with 16.
He was 0.7 of a second quicker last time, Gibson. So it is on in this Race Tech Moto of the Day. Open Pro Sport Moto 2. Zach Osborne, Landon Gibson. Battle behind them. Kate Johnson, Carson Wood, Max Shane, Justin Turner. Malinowski's coming.
Made a mistake right there by the 23.
That's Shane.
Max Shane was still holding back Justin Turner, but Justin Turner on the 57 is going to slide by as a small mistake from the 23 of Max Shane. So now Carson Wood, Turner back together again.
And Malinowski's joined him as well. So the two Club MX Yamaha teammates side by side. Shane all the way around the outside. What line was that?
Wow, that was about all of them. Yeah. he went from inside to outside and made it work almost to make a pass on Turner as he's right on the heels. That was not a normal line, we'll call it. He hit every single line in that corner.
You love the response. Look at Shane going to work, trying to get Malinowski back. as they head down to Storyland through the twisties. Now the straightaway to Storyland. They'll pop this jump here, and maybe the most rutted section of the track coming up.
Yeah, starting to see some shadows growing on the track as that section is covered in trees and deep ruts. The darker soil on the course, that is an added challenge to the riders here, but Open Pro Sport riders are well equipped to handle those kinds of conditions.
Well, I'm excited about this battle. This could be a preview of what we could see in the 250 Pro Sport class. Wood, Turner, Malinowski, all in the same piece of real estate through the sand. Osborne trying to stabilize it up front over Gibson.
So 11 minutes on the clock, 7 laps in the books.
Almost identical lap times for our leaders. That's a 53.9 and a 54.0. But we will focus on this race as they go through the Thor sand sweeper. Look at the different lines, inside, outside. Is it going to work? Look at the drive around the outside for the 31.
And he does it. Malinowski, for the moment, goes past his Club MX teammate. Now it's just a trio of Yamahas, Jason.
And you know he wants a piece of Carson Wood because they are going to race it out for a different title later in the week. So this would be huge, a little confidence for either one. Can Wood hold on? Can Malinowski get him? So many lines to pick on this track. Heck, keep Justin Turner in this battle as well.
Right past the mechanics area, things kind of open up here. The riders reach some of their higher speeds. And you got a plethora of lines to choose from. They all kind of bottleneck on the inside.
All three of them took a different line on entry. And look, just when you think you could not do that line again, Malinowski hit every line again. So obviously he's doing that on purpose. That is not a mistake from the 31. And we see he tightens up.
Yeah.
Do a long short shoot to the backside of Carson Wood yet again.
Well, he went to school back there. He's had to make a lot of passes, about 13th early.
Look out.
And now on the inside.
Yeah, he's credited with gaining 9 positions in this moto already. Let's see if he can get another one as they are in the Storyland, and putting the pressure on Carson Wood is Malinowski.
Kevin, how important is it to make this pass on one of the more marquee riders in the class? When we think of the Horizon War, the next big thing, Carson Wood's the first top of mind.
Well, we got to think of this.
It does a lot, not only for this, but also the Pro Sport moto. But let's look at here and look to the inside.
He's got the lead. Landon Gibson just jumps past Zach Osborne. Well, you said that, Kevin Windham, the AMA Hall of Famer. You noticed how strong Landon Gibson had been late in these motos, and he's showing it now.
He sure is, as he's taking control and already opening up to about a 1.2 second lead. So Landon Gibson threw down a great lap. And I will say that it was not the best lap for Zach Osborne. He has ran 52s in this moto. The last moto, a 58.5. Let's see if the 16 can remount a charge, as that obviously was not a great lap for
Doesn't have
Zach
to beat him, though, for this championship. Gibson has an 8th place in that first moto, so Zacho may be thinking championship.
Yeah, but there's a lot of talk about, you know, the age and past champions. So regardless of the championship run, you know, a rider like Landon Gibson just wants to stamp his way into the futures, make his way onto a major pro debut and onto the scene.
I was just speaking more on Zacho's behalf. Like, he doesn't have to make that pass. Maybe he kind of backs it down a little bit.
But you got to imagine there's some pride on the line here for the young guys.
Absolutely.
I'm watching out the window. Malinowski's going to try that hop line again.
Same line again, huh?
Yeah, but it didn't work. He couldn't get Wood, but they have now caught Cade Johnson. We have a 3-rider battle for 3rd. And you got it on the screen right now. Johnson in that pink gear has it at the moment. The team green, Monster Energy, Kawasaki, Malinowski and Wood are right there. Here comes Malinowski with a charge, and he makes the pass on Wood.
Yeah, we did not say much about Cade Johnson. He was kind of in no man's land, a gap between he and the front runners 1 and 2 and the riders behind him. But that lead has vanished as Cade Johnson has an onslaught of Yamahas now.
Yeah, because everywhere you see one guy, whoever passes Justin Turner, just hang in there, because Turner's not going to let you go. And Turner has hung with Wood, but they have broken away now from Wood a bit. Man, Malinowski showing some speed here as he goes after 3rd.
Up the inside, is it going to be enough? Yes, it is. The 31 squeezes and threads the needles, makes the pass on Cade Johnson.
It is not nearly as easy as he just made.
No, there's a pretty good lean angle to that corner. Your tires are not going to get the proper traction that you might be getting in clay. The sand pushes a little bit. There was a good lean angle there, but just full commitment from rider Malinowski.
And he has gained 10 positions in this field.
And now he's got so much work to do. They're 23 seconds back of that lead duo of Gibson and Osborne, so I don't think they got enough time. 7 minutes on the clock. but heck of a ride by Ryder Malinowski. Heart is not an issue.
No, way to bounce back for him. Had the big crash while trying to put on a charge like this in the first moto. I talked to him a little earlier this afternoon. We told his story, and there's Turner not letting Wood go. Malinowski didn't even start riding till about age 13 when COVID hit. That was the only sport he could play, so he hopped on the dirt bike. And he honestly feels more comfortable on Supercross because a lot of the riders don't really start riding Supercross tracks until they're teenagers. So his growth curve there has been similar to the other riders. Start maybe age 14, 15, 16. He does feel he's got a lot to learn on the motocross track because the guys have so many years on him. So that's why he's here at Loretta as rider to learn the motocross trade, get better at it. He certainly has. Big battle here. Johnson, Wood, Turner, Shane.
Yes, Shane back there lurking as well. Those guys hate to get past. Max Shane got passed by about 3 or 4 guys, but he's been able to latch on to Turner.
Yeah, you can see them ramp it up. When they get past, they do not break. Landon Gibson up front, can't say enough good things about him. For about 3 laps there, I think Osborne was trying to break him. He would not surrender. And then it started going back his way. It's like tug of war of lap times.
And also going back the way of the 16, he's still in the fight. He had a very poor lap the lap he got past, and now look at the lap times. Zach Osborne able to match Landon Gibson, so the fight is still on. Looks like Osborne answering that last lap, and now he comes in with a 57, excuse me, so 3 seconds off that lap.
Another tough one. Yeah, he's starting to fall a little bit further into the distance. Looking at the pit board, there is Gibson. And Gibson, bit of an audition for him. He was a prospect here with this Rockstar Husqvarna team for years, but that team is going away at the end of the year. They're going to move some of their prospects over to the KTM side because that is the same company, but they don't have room for everyone. So I'd imagine Gibson maybe has already had some conversations with some other teams, but going out here at Loretta's and winning a moto like this.
How about it? Justin Turner got him. He moves up to 5th, puts Carson Wood behind him, just does not give up. Gibson now having to navigate through the lap traffic.
Yellow flag
that can bite
out.
you at any moment on this racetrack. And you love the parity. You love all the up and down. He got an 8th in the first moto. He's winning this moto kind of stories. That has seemed to happen more often than not in these second motos.
Yeah, and a lot's going to be open. Got to remember in Moto 1, of course, Zach Osborne taking the win, but Phil Nicoletti across the line in second, and as we know, he is out of this moto, so that is going to open up all sorts of equations and math to see where the podium shakes out. Obviously, this is Moto 2. We still have our 3rd moto to go, but a lot of guys gain a little hope and a little chance of the podium, and we'll see if they can eclipse Zacho. That's going to be really tough to do. This guy is going to be consistent, Zach Osborne.
Yeah, he won't beat himself, but you never know in racing. Gibson's on the outside looking in for a title. As you mentioned, Nicoletti, the runner-up of Moto 1, out. Had the lead for a lap in this one, but then went down. But Landon Gibson showing you just how rough this track is right now as he navigates lap traffic.
Yeah, I think Zacho is on preserve mode. He has not jumped this double behind us 4 laps straight in a row.
All right.
Just risk reward, not feeling. Let's just get through this one. Finish second. Comfortable lead, says 20 seconds. Well, yeah, 20 seconds behind him, Osborne and Malinowski. So get ready for that 3rd and final moto.
That could be the case, where he's just trying to manage it to a championship.
Look at these guys flying behind us, man. That is still a battle royale right there.
The 2-lap board is out.
Max Shane and the boys are in the thick of one. Justin Turner, Carson Wood, Kate Johnson, Max Shane, all knotted up going across the finish line.
Yeah, well, look at those FloRacing lap times. You can see why it is so close, as they're turning about the same lap times for all of those riders.
Yeah, 0.00 whatever between Turner, Wood, Shane, Johnson, and Hillian. Hillian now 19 seconds back. I take that back on the number 30 Honda.
So there's Osborne. He's going to cruise it home in second. Still has 20 seconds to play with over the 3rd place rider, Ryder Malinowski. So the veteran, originally out of Abingdon, Virginia, was once a phenom in the amateur ranks when he was a kid. The KTM developed their 85cc bike back then using him as their primary test rider. And then it all went sideways when he turned pro, had to go all the way through Europe just to find any place that would pay him to race. And he used the lessons that he learned over there to come back better than ever, and then became a champion in the United States. So he knows what it's like to weather the storm and deal with all sorts of obstacles
full circle in his career, both in the championship runs that he has had throughout his life, and also the test rider, because I know they're developing this relatively new beta motorcycle to the motocross side of things. So Zacho's still doing some testing.
Yeah, they made the announcement that he was a brand ambassador. You know, whenever he'd go riding, he would ride the bike, maybe wear the hat, and seemed a lot more involved than that. We talked to him last night, mentioning him making improvements on the motorcycle. I'm like, I thought you were just a brand ambassador. And he's like, we don't even know anymore, man. Zacho just has too much knowledge not to use it.
And he's a workhorse. He loves to be in the grind. He loves to do the work. And it takes a lot to develop these motorcycles. A lot of these manufacturers and companies have been around as long as we have. And then you got a lot of them breaking into the scene and having to do a lot of work, a lot of development, and obviously by Zacho's performances and his hole shots, Beta's well on their way.
Landon Gibson well on his way now on the final lap to winning this showdown style open pro sport moto. He came, he saw, he conquered the best of the kids. He pulled away from them, ran down the best of the vets, and this is a big one. Even if he doesn't get a title this week, this gold medal that's headed his way. That's a resume bullet for sure.
Yeah, single snapshots in time of a single moto win. It may not get you the championship. Obviously, that's what everybody on the track wants to win, but it's showing that Landon Gibson can do it. He has had to come from behind. We talked about that earlier. Put himself in a great position there early in this moto and just went to work. And he's doing what he does and showing that he can do it. So this will be enough to open some eyes and have everybody paying attention to the number 5 of Landon Gibson, as he is well on his way to taking Moto 2 Open Pro Sport.
Yeah, a few more turns remain for the number 5 on screen. Pat yourself on the back, looking over his shoulder. Where is Zach Osborne? Zach's going to cruise around on this last lap, and he is en route to a gold medal and a chat with Jackie Legs down there on the podium.
So the 17-year-old out of Peachtree City, Georgia, headed to his first moto win of the week, and that is a big one, maybe the toughest class to do it. Landon Gibson takes the checkered flag, and you see he's pumped on that one, because he had to work for it through traffic again, and he outlasts Zach Osborne to get the gold. You know, at that point, Osborne put it into management mode, so it's a pretty big gap, but Osborne will maintain second, and that will give him a big points buffer going into the third moto of the week. There it is.
Boy, he really did put it in
you're not
mode
kidding.
there on the last
gosh.
lap. Gibson's already got his bike on the podium, helmet off, starting to cool down in the Monster Energy cool down zone, and Zacho will just be coming through now. Hats off to Ryder Malinowski, making 11 passes to find himself on the podium here in Moto 2.
You had the Carson Wood, Justin Turner battle that pretty much raged the entire race.
Would not end.
No, right to the line, man. Only 2 seconds between them. Wood holds off Turner. Max Shane 6th, Kate Johnson back to 7th. Hillen, Conaguire, and Hayes probably will round out the top 10. They're not all through the line yet. Oh, you can see how big this was for Landon Gibson.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know that's a sweaty, dirty, grinding.
Yeah, man.
Kiss from mom there.
Been out there eating sand for 25 minutes. Mom don't care.
No, she does not.
So much work and sacrifice it takes to get to the dirt bike track just to race at any level at the highest. Can't even imagine what these parents have gone through. There are the results. Gibson over Osborne and Malinowski. Malinowski originally out of Minnesota. Osborne originally out of Virginia. That's their training facility. Address is there. Wood out of Florida 4th. Turner 5th. Shane, Johnson, Hillen, Conaguire, and Chase Haynes round out the top 10. So that's going to do it for Open Pro Sport. A lot more coverage yet to come. We'll give you the AMSOIL rapid replay. Well, what could have been for Phil Nicoletti, who has been waiting his whole life to get a gold medal win at Loretta's. Starts second behind Osborne, but Phil always has early race speed, and he shows it right here as he takes the lead away from the 16. Jake Weimer, one of the favorites, down early, but then Nicoletti crashes at the beginning of lap 2, and his race is done. Power move there by Gibson to move into second, and he would set sail after Osborne. Great racing back here with so many riders. Kate Johnson, Carson Wood, Jesse Turner, Ryder Malinowski. There is the end of it for Nicoletti. Osborne had the lead and we thought was going to be able to maintain it, but a mid-race charge by Gibson was enough to put him into the #1 spot. And then Malinowski would win the battle with Turner, Wood, and Moore. And there's the pass. Gibson taking it away from Osborne. There's the pass. Malinowski taking third away from Johnson. And the podium positions were set. So a big showdown right there. Osborne is going to be happy with the second because where it puts him in the championship, he would have a 1-2 in moto scores compared to the 8-1 of Landon Gibson. But a moto win always feels good at the Amateur National at Loretta Lynn's Ranch. So well done to the #5. Cool down time for these riders. We'll meet Jackson Burrell on the podium in a moment. But the showdown this time is going to go to the Young Bucks. Let's send it down to Jackson.
All right, thank you, Weege. Come on up, Landon Gibson, our gold medalist here in Moto #2 of the Open Pro Sport. Let's hear it for him one time. Congratulations, Landon, going 8-1 so far. Take us through getting this win here in Moto #2.
Yeah, I just had to make some adjustments to the bike, and I did what I knew that I know I could do, and yeah, I just put it together, and we were out on top.
How does it feel to get this moto win under your belt? I'm sure a sigh of relief.
Yeah, man, it feels good. Just ready to keep my head down and keep digging.
How you feel going into Moto 3? What's the plan?
The plan is just to get a good start and give it all I got.
Landon, I know you got a lot of great people backing you. Who you want to thank for this one?
Jesus Christ for keeping me safe, my mom, my dad, everyone over Rockstar Energy, Husqvarna, Nate Ramsey for coming out, Mike Brown for the mechanicking, One Industry, FMF, Garnet, 100%. Everyone else, just thank you so much for helping me.
We'll let him go cool down. Let's hear one time for your gold medalist, Landon Gibson. And now we are going to get our silver medalist up to the stage. Zach will get you front and center. Zach Osborne, our second place here in Moto #2. 1-2 moto scores for you so far, Zach. You're in the running for this one. Take us through this Moto #2.
Yeah, dude, we made some changes to the clutch. We realized that my lever pull was just a little bit different than what I had been riding at home, and we felt like it was hindering our starts a little bit. So made some adjustments. The team did a really killer job for me right there. It made the start super brainless and obviously pulled a whole shot, so that was nice. I had a huge moment, I don't know if you guys had it on TV or not, in the back, coming back to the 20 miles of rough road, and that really just took the cake. Like, that was all I had left to save that, and then, you know, Landon was on a dig. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he was ripping, so gotta give it up to him. He's riding well. These kids are spunky, I knew that. You know, that moto this morning probably hurt me a little bit in the grand scheme of things here, but they did it yesterday, so it is what it is. Gotta give it up to the good Lord, my family, Lego Molly Beta, Factory Racing, FloRacing, Oakley, FMF, just everybody that's here with me this week, Carlin, Taylor, Zach, my practice mechanic Gunner. It's been a huge effort, like I've said a couple times up here, but we're having fun. We got to get recovered for tomorrow somehow and give it another go. Big shout out to New Tech Moose. We run a tubeless system. It's called the Pro Lock. It's no tube. I had a flat at the end of that 25 moto. Didn't even know it. It stays on the bead 100% of the time, so that was huge to have the Bridgestone X10 on the back with that Pro Lock system.
He's holding his own against the young guns. Let's hear it for Zach Osborne, your silver medalist here in Moto #2. Now going to get our bronze medalist up to the stage. Come on up, Ryder Malinowski. We'll get you right here, front and center, Ryder. We'll let you throw on that hard-earned medal. A DNF there in Moto #1, but a third place here in Moto #2. Take us through it.
Yeah, man, it was a tough moto for me. I mean, I didn't get the best start way outside, so I had to work my way through the field and just chop away, and I did. So I'm happy with the third, but I wish the first moto would have been better.
How you feel going into Moto #3?
I feel good, man. I feel good every time I line up from here on out. I riding really, really well right now. I got good confidence, and just got to be a little bit better, and we'll be on the top step.
It's a hot one out here. Did that affect you any? I know you've been training hard down at club.
No, I mean, yeah, I've been training really good. Didn't really affect me, but at the same time, it's hot. You got to have your nutrition on point out here at Loretta, so yeah.
Ready to go for Moto #3. Who you want to thank for helping you get up here in Moto #2?
I want to thank Garnet, the whole Club MX team, Fly, Dunlop, Tom Paulson, everybody in my corner at Club MX, Brandon, Mike, Ben, everybody. Just, they believe in me so much, and I'm happy to be out here and get it on the box.
Let's hear for your bronze medalist, Ryder Malinowski. All right, that'll do it for our podiums here in Moto number 2 of the Open Pro Sport. We'll throw it back up to you guys in the tower.
All right, thank you very much, Jackson Burrow, as we get ready to turn our attention to girls 11 to 16 Moto number 2. Let's take a look at your Moto Playground preview from how things went in Moto 1.
Moto 1 winner Hannah Jameson, girls 11 to 16. Moto 2 up next. Dirty 100 points on the table.
All right, so there you have it. The rest of the field making their way through the end of their sight lap. They run up along that billboard, and instead of hanging the corner, head right back to the gate. You can see the starting gate stomp going on back there. Been a lot of great talk here as of late behind the gate. Obviously the pro ranks having the grading start, but here at Loretta still a dirt start behind the gate, and kind of a lost art a little bit, learning how to get off the gate like that. Hearing some of our vet riders even talk about that.
Well, one of the legends right there, that is Jessica Patterson, multi-time champion in the women's class at Loretta's, giving some advice to Hannah Jameson, who has been dominating this class on the number 1. Heck, she's even going to help her set that start device. JP Money, the next level training facility, certainly helping a lot of riders out here. Going to welcome some folks from our apprentice program, welcoming Haley back to the tower. I know you've been working hard with the folks at On Track to try to learn the trade. I know you're interested in journalism. You can scan to donate there for the scholarship race, which will provide education funds for racers. It can even be used for college education as well. So Haley, what have you been learning here in your couple of days at the ranch?
A lot, especially up here. It's awesome to be up here with you guys, and these big names, it's super cool to be up here and learn all the ways of announcing and even journalism.
Yeah, we appreciate that. And honestly, look, I'll just give the code away right now, the cheat code. It's often fake it until you make it. We learn a lot with each moto as it is. We want to make it seem like we knew how this would all unfold when the week began. No, we're learning on the fly like everybody else. And we're seeing the racing get better as the week goes on. So that should be fun. See what happens here. But you never know. You're kind of seeing that your mom used to race, you've raced yourself.
Yes.
Haley, you know as the pressure begins to build, crazier things happen on the track.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so this will be a fun one. We got the Monster Live drone to show you the card. That'll turn from a 1 to a 2, or a 2 for a 1 for the riders on their side. Once it goes sideways, time to bring the revs up and the gate down on the next class.
Hannah Jameson rolling in with a moto win. Tinley McCoy finishing up in that number 2 spot. And then Zoe Moore rounding out the podium as the gates down. Girls Moto 2 off and rolling. Looking like Kelsey Harris going to grab the whole shot. Harris, a solid Moto 1 as well, finishing just off the podium. Couple of riders down. Oh, problem for Caroline Dawson on the 55. She was hoping to turn things around in here in Moto 2.
Happy to see, though, the first turn crashes. We've seen a couple of them, but they're trying something new. They're not disking the start, ripping it with the tractor. They're just leaving it hard and then throwing sawdust on it. And the theory is fewer ruts, fewer edges, so fewer first turn crashes and maybe a little less violent. We haven't really seen any big ones, at least not yet. I'm going to knock on wood while I say that, but so far the experiment has worked. Something new they're trying down there. Hannah Jameson, this is nothing new. She's already up to the lead. Harris and McCoy battling it out. Man, Jameson is a force in this class.
Here we go, launching back into Storyland. Lap number 1, looks like Moore and Heighton going to slot into the backside of the top 5. As look at this, pressure. Harris under fire from Tinley McCoy.
What you like about this class, this girls 11 to 16 division, you have a wide variety of ages and even bike sizes out here. It's a good opportunity for the female racers to learn the craft. Some of them do race against the boys in some of the other classes, but this is a chance one-on-one right now. Harris and Tinley McCoy fighting it out. And, man, the way this track is so racy, it's hard to figure who's going to finally make that pass, Nick. It looks like McCoy got it done. Second place.
McCoy making the pass. She was one of those riders I saw over in that Monsters Rider Lounge before you head over to the gate. Get the cool body temperature. It's probably 30 degrees cooler in there, and that's available for all different brands, whether you're a Monster athlete or not. So if you're headed to that staging area, not only can you watch the FloRacing broadcast leads, but really keep that core temperature down. Do a little bit of warming up. We saw some of our pro riders in there as well. And if McCoy, any sign of what it can do for you, it can move you up to at least the number 2 spot.
Okay, so you spied that out.
I'm just saying, I saw a bunch of them in there.
Yep. what Kevin Windham noticed, there was a palm tree in there, and that thing, it looked like it was in gale force.
Yes.
With the air conditioning pumping.
You didn't see I was standing at a 45-degree angle
really?
that whole time, yep.
Like a Weather Channel, an Al Roker down there.
Jim Cantori, absolutely. Storm stories here. And a storm right now at the top of this girls 11-16 moto as Hannah Jameson.
Man, Hurricane Hannah.
Yes.
That's a storm right there.
Absolutely.
Waste to this field like she did last year as the defending champ. So Haley, what have you been doing this week? We've been visiting with you in the tower. What else have you seen going on with the apprentice program and everyone from On Track?
You know, I've just kind of been walking around. I went down to the vendor's row and actually got a permanent bracelet done by Gypsy Soul Moto.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, there's a lot to see and do here for the folks, not just racing-wise. That's where the apprentice program was born. People finding their talents. Now, do you still have a goal in the back of your mind? Try to race out here? Would that still be one of your goals?
Definitely. I really want to be here, you know, following my mom's footsteps.
Yep. I know your mom was a racer out here, but before you were born, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to have to do it yourself, I guess, if you want to get the full experience.
Yep.
What about mom? Is she encouraging that?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
She loves being back here. Bunch of memories, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's really cool. And that's a classic tale of multi-generations here at Loretta's. So Haley helping out with our apprentice program with On Track School. Go to ontrackschool.com for more on school choice. Not homeschool, folks. Virtual school with real teachers. And you can scan there to donate to their scholarship race.
Yeah, how cool is that going to be? Giving funds away 1st through 10th in select classes. First place going to get $350. Second place, $300. Working all the way back to the top 10, which gets $100 each. And you guys can help be a part of that and help further the education for our racers, courtesy of our friends at On Track Schools and that scholarship race program. And yeah, you can do your part by scanning that QR code. And big shout out to our On Track, both the apprentice program. They've done a lot for us, putting together some of our features here on FloRacing, helping us up here in the tower, of course, as well. And big shout out to what they do for our racers as well, including one of our very own apprentices out there doing his motos throughout the week.
Shout out to Reagan Heighton on the 58. She is only 12 years old, competing in an 11-16 division, and she keeps moving up. She is in 7th, the rider out of California, and she races a ton. So much, in fact, we mentioned the Verb Prospect app. That's an app you can use to track amateur results around the country. There she is on the 58. She was actually the #1 ranked rider coming into Loretta's of any class because of all the racing that she does and her results. You can download the app if you scan that QR code or just search Verb Moto Prospect. So Reagan is given 4 years to some of the riders in this class, but holding her own in 7th. Behind her, you got McCleskey and Watine, and then O'Leary right behind her.
Down the long, short chute they go once again. You can see how far to the inside they've gone, headed into the 10 Commandments. As looks like the 67 going to back it down. McCleskey going to really make sure she's got a good run in this one. And that's oftentimes what it takes, Weed. You start to get a run, you get a little out of whack, and you got to shut it down before things get out of control.
Yeah, we saw it this morning. Rider Gage Brown had a moto win in hand at 125 junior. On the last lap, he did not do that. He said, man, I shouldn't have tried tripling. I had the gap. I should have doubled. He committed to the triple. He crashed, ended up finishing 2nd instead of 1st. And he's one of the best riders out here. Oh, we got a rider down and off the side of the track.
Problems for the 67 machine. Looks like that might have been McCleskey, who we were just talking about. The gas rider having problems, headed back into Storyland, was getting back up. Meanwhile, flash forward, that Monster Live Drone picking up another battle. Could this be Harris and McCoy?
And we're going to have the full crash here on the replay. Thanks to the FloRacing crew for getting this for us. Let's see what happened.
Headed back into Storyland and headed to that inside.
Oh, she hit the triple.
Yep. Looks like the back end stepped out just a little bit when she landed. She was hard on the brakes trying to save it, and just not much she could do. Headed right up to that bail and put it down. Cost her big time, but definitely could have been a lot worse. As now we flash back to the door sand sweeper, the 71 of Kinsey Watane, I believe is how you say that one. Going after, is that Heighton she just put behind her?
Yeah, Reagan Heighton going to lose a position there. So good job by Brinley Shepard as they head toward the finish line. About halfway through this moto now. Heighton's going to be a force later on in this class. She's, like you said, spotting a few years to these riders. Same thing with Shepard. You'll see these athletes move up in the ranks year after year. Oh, bad time to pull a tear off. For Watanye, she almost got passed back by Heighton.
Yeah, you can't take a breath even after you make that pass stick. As you know, here at Loretta, they're going to go right back after you, no doubt. Face full of roost, though, is what it took for her to be able to make that pass happen. So who knows? I've heard it down in that Monster Energy cool-down zone. Some riders said there for a whole section, I couldn't see it all. I was just hoping it was going to work out.
Didn't have a spot to pull the flare off.
Just couldn't quite get up there. And we talk about how rough even the straightaways get here at Loretta's. Oftentimes it is hard to keep the pace that you were going for and pull up for some clear vision when you're not in the air.
Now, Kenzie there, she is only 13 and Heighton 12, like we said. So expect them to be up front in this class as years go by. Hannah Jamison, she is making a name for herself. Impressed everybody last year as a 14-year-old. She is 15 out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, and absolutely crushing it on the Fox Monster Energy Dunlop Next Level 101 ride. We saw her coach, Jessica Patterson, who's in the Hall of Fame here at Loretta Lynn's with, I believe, 5 championships in her own right. And her teaching, obviously a lot of that has sunk in with Hannah Jamison, is pulled away from McCoy. McCoy, the number 22, is another 15-year-old out of Brighton, Tennessee, backed by OGs, Monster Army, Senge, and Dunlop. Jamison, we had the great Chad Reed, multi-time Supercross champion here last year, and he was impressed with the riding style of Hannah Jamison. It's another flow code there. Scan to download the Dirty 100 app. That's another tracker to track all the big amateur races and see where all these riders rank throughout the year in amateur racing. Before, he just left it to bench racing, hearsay, theories, hunches. Now we've got actual data with these apps. The Dirty 100 app for Moto Playground, tracking races around the country. See how these girls stack up, and the boys as well, against each other. You can even, with some of these apps, pick certain riders and just specifically head-to-head 2 athletes. More action here.
Trying to see, there is the 20 miles of bad road. As you pick up, looks like the number 16 just working her way through a little bit further back in the pack.
I want to see Harris and Moore. They are 3rd and 4th. And then Jessie Ray Jones in 5th. And there's definitely some growth in these girls' classes. Yeah. So the pro side of WMX returning about 4 years ago and then getting a big boost back now on the same weekends as the professional races for men. And that change last year really boosted that series. Oh, Jamison getting a little sideways while trying to navigate the lap traffic. So you got to imagine now there's a lot of young athletes out there that want to be fast like Lala Turner, who we were talking to, the multi-time women's pro champion. She was up here in the announcer's tower earlier today. Quickly, they're becoming role models, and we are quickly seeing a lot of teenagers going a lot faster right now. And that is the case with Hannah Jamison, a couple of years away before she can turn pro. You got to be 18 these days, or will be 18 next year. So by the time she's old enough, she'll have to wait till 18. But she's probably going to do a whole lot of damage at Loretta's and all these amateur events before that.
Yeah, absolutely. Jamison continuing to perfect her craft. And like you said, we've seen her at the top of this field before here at the ranch, but it just seems like every year we get to see who's now running the number 1, which you have to earn. It just seems like she's got another thing figured out. The technique a little bit more. I feel like this year the aggression that we're seeing from her, even up front like this, she's just whipped it up yet another notch. And yet, to your point, Weege, I agree. These young ladies are getting to see Lachlan Turner. They're getting to see Michaela Nielsen, and they're inspired to go and do battle. Not to mention to have JP Money in her corner as well, who was, you know, at one time the top rider in WMX. Definitely a lot to look forward to. And sounds like that two lap card is out as well, so a lot to look forward to for Hannah Jamison in just about 2 laps. If she can grab this moto win. Woo, that was a close one there, which faded over into that line and almost came together with a lapper.
Yeah, the lap traffic is at another level in this class. It's an open division. It's not ranked by expert, novice, intermediate, pro, anything like that. It's just female racers between the ages of 11 and 16, which is obviously a huge gap also in age. So you do have the flyers up front, like McCoy here on the 22 in 2nd, but you got to deal with some lap traffic. Maybe some racers aren't even full-time as far as racing and training, and some are. So you get a big variance, especially as the moto gets longer, the track gets rougher, and the riders' fatigue sets in. And at this point, it's all about navigating it, not really about the lap times.
Watching back in Storyland, looks like that is Tinley McCoy on the number 22 ride. Zoe Moore and Kelsey Harris Looked like Harris was applying some pressure. Now the gap's open back up just off of the podium. But McCoy making her way through the bad road that only seems to get worse. This thing does not ever seem to get repaved. It's not getting any better. McCoy, though.
It's like everybody else's town. You all know a road like that. It gets worse, and they do not do anything about it. In motocross, that's what you want. Not necessarily on Main Street. So McCoy going to try to bring this one home on the number 22 out of Brighton, Tennessee. Like I said, she's 15 years old. And then shout out to Zoe Moore. She's been all by herself there in third. Has a solid gap over Jessie Ray Jones. Moore, the 14-year-old out of Springtown, Texas. Number 3 is third in this moto. That means she finished third in this championship a year ago.
And third in Moto 1. 1, 2, and 3 from Moto 1. 1, 2, and 3 here in Moto 2 as well. So
it's wild how motocross works here at the amateur level. They all know. They all know who they're going to have to fight when they get to Loretta's. I'm sure if you're Moore or McCoy, you're just thinking about Hannah Jamison. How can I get closer? Every day you're riding, it's like you got the ghost of her that you're riding against on the stopwatch, because they know she's the one to beat on that number 1.
Well, and Jameson making it hard for him by getting those starts like she has these last 2 motos. Out front early. When you're already chasing her by the time you get to turn 2, it really makes things difficult. But that's one of the big parts. Still a moto to go, 3 moto format. We've seen it all go away in those final motos. So Jameson, good drive there. You can see some square edge bumps starting to head back into Storyland as well. Back in, dancing around just a bit.
No problems through here. Using the outside, a little bit shallower ruts. Oh, she goes down. The lap traffic that time was trying to go for the right side of the left. No big deal, not a huge crash, and she had a 16-second lead. But it shows you how quickly things can change, Zach.
Well, and that's what we were just talking about. She goes from one of those deep ruts. I'm sure we'll try to get a replay on it, and was trying to land off of that jump, and it looks like the bike just slid out ever so slightly, hit a bit of that hard base, but a 16-second lead she built up. That's why you continue to charge even after you get into the lead. Heart rate might be sky high, Weege, but for the moment, she's regained composure and still closing in on a checker flag and another moto win. But a great recovery. The sense of urgency was there. No, not taking her time at all. Snatched that bike back up.
No, 16-second lead feels like you got a 16-millisecond lead when you go down in the number 1 spot. But good recovery. Hannah Jamison getting it done every time she lines up in this class the last 2 years. Look at that riding style. They got the heels drop up on the toes pointed in. You know that she's getting all the right tutelage from the great Jessica Patterson at Next Level 101. It pays off. Hannah Jamison with the win in style. No drama there at the end.
Just keeping us on our toes, making sure we're paying attention. Jamison,
more ways than one.
Doing a great job there. Recovers and brings it in for a moto win. We'll keep watching there as Tinley McCoy crossing the line in the number 2 spot. So a very consistent ride for the 22 once again.
And we'll wait on Moore to come across in third. So Haley Batten having a good time here?
Yes, definitely. It's nothing like I've ever been before. This is really cool for me to be here.
Cool. Well, we're glad that On Track took over that apprentice program. Shout out to MX Sports, came up with the idea, but as far as implementing it and executing it, I have no idea what the plan was until Andre Lee and everybody at On Track said, hey, this is exact type of thing we can handle because it's now integrated in as a pathway in their educational process. And we got a couple of people that were part of the apprentice program that work for us now. They're not apprentices anymore. They're just full-on employees. Absolutely. So you never know where you're going to end up. Haley, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you throughout the week.
Yep, thank you, guys.
Yep. We'll have Jackson on the podium in a moment. And we'll talk to Jamison, McCoy, and Moore. Here are the results. Jessie Ray Jones will finish 4th. Kelsey Harris 5th. Kenzie Watanye 6th. Reagan Heighton 7th. Lexi Gower 8th. Lily Spellman and Sienna O'Leary. That'll round out the Rocky Mountain ATVMC Top 10. So many great sponsors making this thing happen. Rocky Mountain ATVMC has been involved in this event for a very, very long time. Even the title sponsor at one point, and still involved now. Here's your AMSOIL rapid replay. Not the best jump for Jamison, but she was able to get the handlebars ahead of the riders next to her to salvage it. See, she's in that first turn, maybe around 4th or 5th.
Tough to the inside there, yeah. Some smart adjustments. Like you said, not from the best jump, but Jamison didn't waste any time, put the wheel out front in front of Kelsey Harris, and from there was not planning on looking back. Meanwhile, Harris had her hands full with Timley McCoy and Zoe Moore. Some consistency here in the girls class. Your top runners finding themselves up front early.
Yep, it's been similar results in each of the motos. Jamison, McCoy, and Moore. We had a good battle between Heighton here on the outside and Watanye, two of the younger riders in this 11 to 16 group that was just outside of the top 5.
You talked about the damage Jamison's going to do coming up in the future. Listen, it's going to be the hurricane, no question about it. There's going to be a tidal wave come through. This young lady, just watch the style, watch the progression from season to season, and watch the confidence grow. You can see exactly where this is going.
Yeah, she knows where she wants to be.
Yes.
Good job by McCoy there on the 22. Now, actually, late in the race, deep into lap traffic is Hannah Jamison. And she'd have a heart-stopping moment right here as she goes down on the last lap. Luckily, no damage to the bike or her, but the footwork, man, that's what really impresses me with her. She's on the toes the whole darn time.
Yep.
And you know they're teaching it well down at Next Level 101. She's a sponge, she soaks it up, and that puts you on the podium. And we're headed there with Jackson.
All right, thank you, Weege. I'm standing by with Hannah Jamison, our Moto 2 winner. Let's hear one time for your gold medalist. All right, Hannah, you're showing us that the future of WMX is bright. Take us through getting this second moto win.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty good. I got off to a decent start and then just kind of rode it in from there. I didn't really ride it like myself, but we'll come back in the third moto and do better.
Did I hear a crash late in this one?
Yeah, the lappers are kind of in the way, but they're trying to race too, so it is what it is. Luckily, I was able to get back up and keep going. Still in the lead, but can't be doing that.
A way to recover from it, and congratulations on another gold medal for you. Who you want to thank for helping you out?
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, Jesus Christ for keeping me safe. Next Level, Justin Eddy from over there, Bees Moto Lab, Brandon from over there, and Trey, Fox, Alex, Matt, Connor, everyone from over there, Carol, FCA, everyone over there, Nick, Maxima, Monster, Nick and Mike from over there, T-Rex, Sunshine, Chris Canning, Guts, Tamer, T-Rex, and everyone else. Thank you so much.
There you go, your gold medalist, Hannah Jamison, here in Moto 2 of the girls division. Now we are going to get Tinley McCoy, our silver medalist, up to the stage. And there she is now, right on time. Come on up, Tinley. Tinley, we're going to get you here front and center. 2-2 moto scores for you so far. Take us through it. How'd you get it done here in moto number 2?
Yeah, I got a pretty good start, and I was just pushing my hardest. I was searching for lines. Some of them weren't great, but I think I'll be better next moto. I'll go back and regroup.
It's a hot one out here today. We're getting late in the day. How was that for you? How your fitness feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Jason, Drew at VIP have been pushing us hard, so it was pretty good.
All right, who you want to thank for helping you get up here in moto number 2?
I thank my mom and dad, the 2-2 crew, Jason, Drew at VIP, DW Performance, Own Motorsports, OGs, Singe, LS2, FMF, Dunlop, Monster Army, Pro Taper, 512 Racing, A-Team Roofing, Bright Metals, Full Send Paint Co., Dope Moto, Doji Shades, Moto Tass, Old School Plates, B3 Carbon, Fuel Factory, Ethica, Motosport, T-Rex, John Mitchell Racing, Tamer, Moto Pops.
There it is. Go get cooled off. Another silver medal for Tinley McCoy. And now we are going to get our third place up here to the podium. Our bronze medalist, Zoe Moore. Here you go, Zoe. 3-3 moto scores for you so far. How are you feeling? Take us through this one.
Yeah, I'm feeling really good. I got a better start, and I was just feeling pretty energized this moto and good, so finished her out good.
Feeling energized and good in the heat of the day. That's good to hear. How you feel going into this third moto? What's the plan? What's the vibes?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I just tried my hardest, and I mean, yeah, just kept on going.
How do you feel going into Moto 3?
I feel good and ready to get my other motos done and doing good.
Feeling good going into Moto 3. That's what we like to hear. Who you want to thank for helping you out and getting you another bronze medal?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my grandpa, Jesus Christ for keeping me safe. Altus, Yamaha, Fly, BH25, Dunlop, ASV levers, 100%. Deprima Racing, Paulo, and everybody else for helping me. Thank you.
Let's hear it for Zoe Moore, your bronze medalist. And that will do it for our podium here for our girls division in this second moto. Like I said, guys, WMX is looking bright. We'll throw it back up to you in the tower.
Thank you very much there, Jackson Burrell. Absolutely, the future looking bright, and looking bright here on FloRacing. If you guys are watching today's racing live on the FloRacing 24/7 channel, then Mega, this is an exclusive look at what we do here all the time, whether it's the pavement, the asphalt, drag racing, everything in between. FloRacing.com has access to more than 1,000 races, both live and on demand. Scan that QR code, and you can not only get full access to right here at Loretta Lynn's, but so much more.
Yeah, they're going to open your eyes to exactly what's out there. You're going to get drawn into something else. Next thing you know, you're going to be surfing through there. All kinds of great stuff on FloRacing for sure.
No doubt about it. Big shout out to everyone with FloRacing, like we said, coming out and experiencing Loretta's in person here this year as well, and helping bring every lap of the action right to, I say, your living room, your office. I'm not judging. I won't tell the boss. So wherever you are, make sure you're subscribed to FloRacing and tuning in for every lap of the 45th annual Monster Energy Loretta Lynn's Amateur Motocross National, presented by AMSOIL. As Mega, now we get ready to take a look. Back to school we go. Schoolboy 2, 12 to 17 BC. Coming up next, let's take a look at how Moto 1 went down with that Moto Playground preview.
Moto 1 winner, Tristan Pruitt, Schoolboy 2. Moto 2, up next. Dirty 100 points on the table.
So there you have it, Tristan Pruitt rolling into this one, feeling good. Little dump of the water behind the neck there. Ooh, that's cold. All right, feeling better now. Now I'm awake. So the number 70 is shaking ahead. He's fired up, Mega. The number 17 trying to steal the shot a little bit. He's over there. Hey, don't forget about me.
He's ready to go. That's right. I'm in
too.
this game too. That's exactly right. Talking about Ryder Skodras, he finished number 2 position in that first moto. Take a look. I believe it was, yes, Dorman in the 3rd position, Hargrove in that 4th ride, and Pappas, man, he rounded out the top 5, and it's going to be curious to see. The story will be written early in this one.
No doubt about it.
I believe that. So I may be wrong. But I believe we're gonna see it told early.
It kind of seems like it's one or the other. Either we're really confident in those first lap or two that these are going to be our guys, or we know, hey, somebody's back out on the border of the top 20 that we know is charging to the front. So much decided literally within the first couple hundred feet of racetrack. Pappas, I don't believe, got the start that he needed in Moto 1. And then Dorman, another one that's really been coming to life here in Moto 2. Maybe a little bit tight to start the week off, a little bit of nerves. I believe he's got himself in title contention in one class already after a consistent Moto 1 and 2. We'll see if he can do that again here in Schoolboy 2 after a podium finish, sitting 3rd after Moto number 1. You see the umbrellas out, the pit boards are flying. Any little attempt to cool your rider off, but you're basically just moving a lot of hot air around.
Yeah, no question. That's all you're doing.
Degrees
you're moving that warm air is exactly what you're doing. But God bless our athletes, man. They are absolutely incredible. They are fit beyond belief. Like you said, every little bit of assistance makes a big difference. But right now, it's time for everybody to back away out of the gate. Talk about Cannon Hargrove for a second. That guy, not really, wasn't in a bunch of battles, I don't think, in that first one. Again, I don't think he got the start either. So, going to be interesting to see what the number 21 can do.
No doubt. Can't ever forget about the 44 of Wyatt Duff as well. The Kawasaki rider finishing up in that 6th spot. I know he didn't have a good start as well. I believe him and Pappas were trying to make a green freight train towards the front. We'll see what they can do here as the 2-car turns to 1. Gets ready to fall on its side, and we get ready for Schoolboy 2, 12 to 17 BC. So drag race way over the back. That might have been Pruitt grabbing the whole shot, and it is. Picking up right where he left off. Tristan Pruitt out front early. Bad news for the rest of the field.
Wow, just carried that front end, Zach. Your eyes are as wide as mine are now. Was on that rear fender. His arms could not get stretched any farther. And, man, he made sure that he had maximum traction. He was not going to be denied that whole shot.
I wasn't even sure he was going to actually turn, Megan. He was just wide open, taking it all the way to the house. But he gets it turned just in time and continues to get out front. Looks like problems for the 51 of Gage Dunham early, who was down in those first couple of corners, got his work cut out for him. But look at this. Pappas with a good start on the 35. Kawasaki now moving into the number 3 spot.
You mentioned Dunham. He had problems in Moto number 1 near the end, too. He's working his way up, doing pretty good. Got involved with a couple guys and brought it to an end.
Look at this, back in Storyland, lap number 1. It's a KTM swinging wide. That might be Kevin DePino trying to make something happen. So important, if you are right in this mix, to strike right now. They're all bunched together, Weege, and it's time to strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah, and this is a good group to do it. These are young riders, and the early race sprint speed is their specialty, so you're going to see some action right now.
Shout out to Drew Marson up inside this top 4 or 5 as well.
I told you.
Whoa, how about it? Sends him off the sand turn, and now the problems again in the next corner.
I think that was DePino possibly.
I think you're right.
Yeah. And you know, that's crazy to me, because when I hear DePino's, I'm still thinking mini bikes.
Yep.
You know, these guys are killing it.
And all
yeah,
that.
exactly.
Up to the 250Fs now. So Tristan Pruitt trying to get away from all the chaos behind him, and you can see what that chaos looks like. Look at this battle.
Well, Zach, looks like after 1, nothing to it but to Pruitt. I can tell you that.
I like it. I like it, and he's doing just that right now. Got out front. He's trying to keep that perfect 0-0 on the side of our screen here. No passes made, and nobody passed me. I've been out front from green to checkers. Can he hang it on for another 18 minutes? Meanwhile, the number 4 of Trinity Bachelor has a rear view mirror full of about the rest of the field, all right on the same straightaway behind him.
Trinidad's one of them guys, man. You get him a spot, you put him up there, that guy will fight. He will battle, absolutely. And, you know, comes from great people. They hit all the races. I like their program. They're very level-headed about their goals. They're very realistic about where they are. I love it.
Here we go. Wyatt Duff, a solid start for him as well. So Pappas and Duff trying to turn things around in Moto 2. DePino going to settle into the 5th place spot as they make their way through the commandments once again. Looks like they've chopped off that last triple, deciding to go double out. We saw him getting Cindy early on, but they wicked it back down as this track has continued to get rougher and rougher.
Man, I don't even know which way this battle is going right now. We had 3 riders in the same rut right there. Brendan Harrison is the rider on the move in the 49.
Right when you think you know who's going to make a pass, they get past. It's just back and forth as DePino going back to work now, picking back up after a mistake.
How did he do that? How did he recover that quickly?
I didn't even see where he picked up the spot or picked up the time. I didn't even see it.
62 of DePino, one to watch, and as is the 44 of Wyatt Duff. I thought he had room on the inside. The 4 of Trinity Bachelor just holds him off.
The Lexington Lightning, he is Duff enough, no doubt about it. Here he comes to the inside. Can he make something happen on the number 4?
And a couple other things to watch. All these battles here, but also Dane Pappas. Can he try to go with the leader, Tristan Pruitt? Pappas has been mired with bad starts all week. They've been getting better. This is probably the best track position he had. Does he have a run on Pruitt? He does not. Pruitt's able to put some time into him.
About 4.5 seconds the gap between Pruitt and Pappas. Both running are a 155.7 for Pappas, 154.1 for Pruitt. So he is absolutely flying at the front of this Schoolboy 2 field. Meanwhile, the 4 and the 44 going to work right now for the backside of the podium.
Yeah, Wyatt Duff working it right now. Bachelor doing what he needs to do. He's riding his line, racing forward, but I guarantee you he's already seen the pit board. He knows exactly who it is and what the gap is.
Well, Duff hasn't made the pass happen yet, but he stayed right on the rear wheel while exploring. He's looking outside, looking inside, and not losing any time. A very precise Wyatt Duff, going to strike exactly when he knows he's got the opportunity.
And as James would say, that's manageable. Like you said, here he goes to the outside now. There's a point where it's not manageable, then you've got to make something happen. He got up to the rear fender of Duff, couldn't make it happen, so, hey, hang out just a second and see what we can make it develop.
And you can see those two actually breaking away a little bit from the backside of the top 10. Harrison, DePino, Fitch, Bailey, Harris, and Skadras. Back into Storyland once again we go.
Bad news for Hargrove. 5th place in Moto number 1. Dropping like a rock right now. Something's happened to the number 21 back there in 33rd right now.
Yeah, I see the Suzuki entering the 10 Commandments right now. Looks like that fender might be bent up just a little bit. A potential crash there for him. Meanwhile, DePino might have just needed a little tip over to wake himself up as he is refired here.
Got McCaden Fitch right there with him. Man, it just never stops in this Schoolboy 2.
Now, Fitch didn't have the best of luck in that first moto either. Didn't get a start at all, and I believe went down. Had to pick it up and get at it again.
Yeah, a lot of the favorites that everyone expected, we've seen some upsets, but I swear this is the class where you see that happen the most. It's generally the first 4-stroke year for any of these riders jumping to the 250F, and some guys excel, and they catch guys that have been beating them for a long time. You never know what you're going to get.
I'm going to agree with that 100%. That's a great analogy right there. 14 minutes left, Zach. And I have to tell you, in this class right here, you don't think you're going to see a lot of difference in that fitness, but you're going to.
Oh, without a doubt. The intensity is there.
Yes,
Yeah, it's a schoolboy class, and we're covering all classes from arithmetic to gym as well. You got to be able to go the full distance. And to your point there, Jason, it's an interesting, the 4-stroke to 2-stroke difference. It's a totally different riding style to be successful in that. You look at the super minis or the 125s, they're screaming. Look at this, Duff tries to slam the door back across that 4-stroke. He's able to be a bit more methodical with it, and methodically works his way back around. Bachelor now into the 4th spot.
Textbook.
Third.
He was sitting back there waiting, wasn't he? He saw it, took the opportunity, made the pass. So just textbook. And is it me, or does that number 4 look a lot like a Jeff Ford bike back in the day?
There's so many legendary 4s. Yes, I'd say that. That was even a Mike Kudrowski one year.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
County's got a number 4 right now. They got Chase Sexton.
Yes,
They do. Number 4. What was his name? Ricky Carmichael?
That sounds right, yeah.
I don't know. An iconic look for that motorcycle. Yeah, Trinity Bachelor, that's a lot to live up to. But the font, I will give you this. The font with the black background.
Oh, yes.
Looks a little more 1980s.
It does. Yeah, I love it. Yep.
They weren't styling it up.
No discredit to any other 4.
No, but eventually they had their own kind of trademark look.
They did. That's exactly right.
Standard old 4, pull it out of the bag, stick it on the number plate like they did back in the day.
And Trinity would have no problem doing that. I know him. I love it.
Love that shot we had of Bachelor right there, getting ready to send that double. There's a bit of a kicker that he's actually using as an extra bit of lip, kind of getting preloaded heading off of that thing. So the technicality of these riders, really impressive here on FloRacing. You can see the details as, look at this, Pruitt a 155 flat almost. 4.2 seconds is a 154.8 for Pappas. So could the 35 be settling into a rhythm and starting to track down your leader?
Well, we got better vision this year. I was talking to the crew, working with FloRacing now. Got a little more budget, so fibering up all the cameras.
Right.
So able to upgrade the equipment.
Absolutely.
So if you're watching at home and you have watched this event before, a little bit crisper shots, higher def, I guess. We were already HD. We're higher def now. And you can see the difference. It looks good right now.
Oh, it looks great. It looks fantastic. Yep, for sure.
And the details do matter for sure. Brendan Harrison going after Bachelor. All right, joined by the legend Jim Holly up here in the tower. Old Jim Hollywood Holly's got a couple of riders he's been working with throughout the week at Loretta Lynn Ranch.
Hollywood, California was just a place. Jim Hollywood was the man.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the bottom line.
Nicknames, very few.
Jim Holly, Hollywood.
Better than that one.
Yep. And is it me? Or is this landing about 5 foot further right now?
Yeah, maybe.
Is it me, or is that thing worn down, stretched out, pushed out that far? So if you want to downside it, you need to send it 5
Even
more
further.
feet. Yeah.
Then it was already one of the biggest jumps out there. Yeah.
It's when it gets to this point that I'll agree with Sophie and call it a quad. It was a tripler, but now they've stretched it out. I get where she's coming from now.
When she said it yesterday, I looked at her like you looked at me. But when I was trying to identify, I was like, well, maybe it is a quad, you know?
She's faster than me, so she must know something I don't.
Well, what I like
she's smarter than all 3 of us.
Combined,
so there you go.
What I like is the riders, you notice, they've been calling it a quad.
Yes.
Of course, they want the extra credit.
Yes. Oh, believe me.
Triple, I quadded that
Dude,
thing.
I didn't triple. He did.
Yeah,
I
exactly. I quadded. Although to give Pruitt credit here, you're seeing on screen, he did get to the roller after it. So, shoot, we're going to be up to Quint.
Yep.
Yeah, I hit the Quint behind the tower. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm still waiting for the jump over the tunnel of love that we often see late in the week as well.
It's coming.
Few of those riders are flirting with it, jumping all the way over top. I saw Pruitt do it just a little bit, not quite all the way down to the bottom.
Clip that rear wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And the penalties. I won't guarantee you.
Watching Pruitt doing a lot of looking back these last couple of corners as well. He's really wanting to figure out where Dane Pappas and Wyatt Duff are at. It's a Cali 2, 3, and 4 with Brendan Harrison on the Husqvarna rounding out your top 5. You could see Pappas just at the top of your screen. He was entering the commandments right as Pruitt was making his way out. And another lap separated by just about a tenth, a 155.2 for Pruitt, 0.3 for Pappas. Meanwhile, look at this, now the number 4 of Bachelor under pressure from McCaden Fitch, who had a 7th in Moto 1, now inside the top 5 and looking for more.
Brendan Harrison, 6th. He's been on the move as well. Look at Fitch on that blue 96, right up to the rear fender of Bachelor. They're going to battle it out through Storyland.
Fitch not scared to send it at all on that Yamaha. You know, going to follow in, go just a bit wider, headed into Storyland. And
Ooh.
Can he make something happen with it? Didn't quite get that thing turned like he was hoping for.
You know, Fitch a little harder on the gas. Not quite as smooth with the throttle, but gets the same results, you know what I mean? He gets in there, blasts out of those corners. He's not going to get that smooth arc like a lot of dudes. He's going to get in there. It's going to make better pictures. Going to blow that berm up.
Hey,
but
style for miles.
But you know what? Sometimes not quite as effective because you're just not having the flow.
Yeah, and he's trying to use it again here outside, but that berm was a little bit smoother, and that time it worked. So it is McCaden Fitch moving into 4th. I don't know if there's time to make a charge on Duff for 3rd. These guys have been working, and as always, you are never clear. So now a Bachelor has another rider to deal with. That's Harrison on the 49.
Well, you know, we're talking about 8 minutes ago. Guys didn't get that start. Know they need to be up front. Know it's go time. So some of the guys haven't been pushing quite as hard as Trinity maybe. Trinity's been up there battling for position. Might be possible. You know, he's going to take a breather for a lap. We'll see.
But I have to about it. Jogging versus running, man.
Yes. Exactly. 100%. Thank you.
Yeah. Someone is able to manage the energy a little bit. I say it's not just a gas tank. You can get different gas mileage also. You can use less energy. You can use more energy. You can be super fit and still get tired if you're not riding properly and you're sprinting the whole time.
Yeah, consistent gets more mileage than full send.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time.
Yeah, and I think we're seeing it at the highest levels even more.
Yes.
Our riders trying to be efficient with the energy and save it where they need it. Brendan Harrison, he needs it right now. He has caught Bachelor. That's the battle you're watching. Bachelor on that number 4 from Idaho.
Man, look at the hook in that line that Bachelor just took. I mean, it goes from kind of a 90 and then came right back a full 180, cutting back across those other main lines.
And what's happening, you're starting to get a ripple in the end up too, where the dig is coming out, where the rear end is not hooking up all the way. Each one of those is getting a little rougher and rougher as it coming out of the corner.
Look at this wide line, power to the ground. Not close enough as Bachelor sends it into the 20 miles of bad road.
Tristan Pruitt working on the 1-1 up ahead. Here is Bachelor trying to make the move. Or sorry, Harrison trying to make the move on Bachelor.
This outside's been working, and it looks like it's going to work once again. Harrison now into the top 5.
And that was just a really nice corner. You saw it. He led into it early, you know, leaned in just right, carried him the perfect amount of momentum, didn't bust loose, just made the pass nice and clean. Right now, Bachelor, what happened? Wonder where he went.
Hey, that
look at that.
Did work for Bachelor. The previous one did.
Yeah.
That one he draws right back up.
And we talked about the Bermuda Triangle. We knew this time of the day you'd start going outside, but Trinity made it work right there.
Guys, taking a look just off camera here. Looks like a rider down and down hard through the commandments. Everybody doing a good job of keeping wheels on the ground. Ooh, one rider may want to double check that, make sure he's paying attention to the flags. We have heard penalties given out already this week. I see Pappas making his way through. Pruitt must have done the same thing.
Here comes Bachelor again. He's not done.
There's no giving up with these kids.
No.
He's got to. He's got Skadra starting to close up.
Now, game changer.
Oh, we got the red cross.
Game changer.
Single your way through the 10 commandments. Haven't seen that much. The red flags cease, and the rider is able to double toward the end. And Bachelor is right there.
How about that?
You know, I went to Club MX one time, and they did a simulated moto for Supercross, and they actually threw out some red cross flags to train the riders in that situation.
Wow.
Because these days it's almost inevitable. It's going to happen at some point, and to be able to keep your cool and not make the mistake and get penalized.
No doubt.
And also to be safe. You don't want your riders landing on someone. So that was pretty cool. They put that together. It was smart play. I'm sure they're not the only ones doing that.
Well, they got a lot of new stuff right now. Just unbelievable. I haven't been since you and I went. And talking about Nachi, I'm going to try to hit it this winter, dude. Definitely. Got that new 27 Honda. I'm ready to go down there and break it in.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, that was a good time. We all got to ride there a bit. Last lap now for Tristan Pruitt. Going to be holding that pair of pocket aces heading into Moto number 3. Been a dominant run for the number 70. Go ahead, Mega.
I haven't really been able to use that term a lot. Pocket aces.
It's been too wild.
That's right.
Crazy.
Exactly. And you talked about it early this morning, as a matter of fact, and it's a term we haven't been able to throw around.
In fact, when we tried to use it, it was Gage Brown, and then he did crash on the last lap and didn't end up with the 1-1 score.
Right.
So Pruitt, that's a rare one. Rider out of Oregon, 17 years old. One more run through the 10 Commandments for him.
Like you said, one more time around. Just had to settle this thing in, bring it home. Number 70 going to be in great shape as he works his way back through. Now, you know, you see him backing off just a little bit. You see him looking back over his shoulder. Man, oh man, that's when it's easy to make those mistakes. You know, you just lose a little lapse of concentration or something. Step off of it for a second, drop it, stall it, that kind of thing. So,
yeah, when you go at a different pace, man, every one of those bumps just feels a lot different than it did.
Right.
We had a lot of fun set on the show. We had a 2-hour window here that's almost finished with the Amazon Prime and the Fast Channel 24/7 with FloRacing. But we'll be joined by a lot of guests throughout the afternoon. Our buddy Jim Holly will stop by. We'll talk to him. He's got a couple of riders out of Japan competing this week. And I spotted the innovator, the Bud Mamoni, the
right on
the Cobra. Told him to come on up for our 50cc moto.
I'll be down.
On, so I'm sure you're pumped on that, Mega.
I will be down. Absolutely. Yeah. And you know what? This is one of the original international Japanese connections right here, Mr. Jimmy Holly.
Oh, yeah.
Am I lying? I mean, you were the original hookup, man. Yeah, your dad.
Your dad.
Your dad. If somebody needed something over there, they got a hold of you. I'll guarantee you that.
Yeah, and keeping it going here with a couple of solid riders. But this guy is as solid as they come. Tristan Pruitt going to stare that checkered flag in the face, and he's got it. Tristan Pruitt, a rare 1-1, dominating in Schoolboy 2 so far this week.
Pruitt fired up after that one, as he should be. Dane Pappas crosses the line in the number 2 spot. Duff not far behind him as well, so a good turnaround for both of the Cali boys. McCaden Fitch fights his way to the number 4 spot. A solid turnaround for him as well, and looks like Harrison going to be able to round out that top 5 as Skodras drops back to the 6th spot. The VP Racing Fuels checkered flag flies for Schoolboy 2, 12-17 BC. And there you see Tristan Pruitt, the man to beat, getting cooled down immediately after a hard-fought race. The boots are coming off, the tour water's getting poured, and the story is going to be getting told here in just a moment. Up on the podium, we'll give you a look at that Rocky Mountain ATV MC Top 10. Tristan Pruitt, Dane Pappas, Wyatt Duff, McCaden Fitch, and Brendan Harrison, your top 5. Ryder Skodras, Trinity Bachelor, Tanner Dorman, Christopher Harris, and Aiden Bailey round out your top 10 in Moto 2 of Schoolboy 2, 12-17 BC. And last of our field making their way around here. Still got a couple of dogfights just looking outside the tower for those last couple of spots. Mega, it doesn't matter if it's 2nd or 42nd. You fight for it all here at the ranch.
Yeah, and you know what? We've seen that. Very few guys throw in the towel. Very few of our young ladies throw in the towel. You're here. You spent the time. You did the work. You got here. Okay, you fell over. Okay, somebody tagged you just a little bit. Something got bit. You know what? All these kids are toughing it out. All these kids are riding home to the finish, and I love it.
No doubt about it. The Amsoil Rapid replay shows another 42-rider gate of warriors, but Pruitt says, I want to make quick work of this thing, pick up right where I left off and keep that perfect score rolling. Gets out front and gets away. I think that's the biggest thing. You can see Pappas had a sense of urgency. He sent the 37 of Drew Marson off searching for some new lines. Then the battle of the 4s, the 44 and the 4, Wyatt Duff and Trinity Bachelor go to work for a couple of laps. Duff would ultimately make the pass stick, but Bachelor, he went from one battle right to another. He did not want to be a Bachelor out here in this one. Taking a look, some red cross flag coming out. Did hear some good heads-up riding there from Pruitt. Thought he may have missed it, but actually sounds like he was clear on that one. They had pulled the flag in, and look at that. What was that, like the moose antler? What was he doing there? I don't know.
I'm not sure what that was. If it was in a...
We gotta stay up to date on these celebrations.
I'm gonna ask Hannah.
I like it. Yeah, absolutely. She would know, no doubt about it. Or we can just get the word from Jackie Leggs, who is standing by down on the podium. He's wrangling up all of our riders and getting ready to have them make their way over to the podium. Tell us about moto number 2 of Schoolboy 2, Tristan Pruitt, sitting on a 1-1. Let's send it down to the podium.
All right, thank you very much, Zach. I am standing with the man now, our gold medalist here in moto number 2 of the Schoolboy 2, Tristan Pruitt. Put that hard-earned gold medal around your neck, my friend. All right, Tristan, take us through it. How'd you get it done so far this week at the ranch?
Got another great start thanks to Timmy and JC. JC sweating his balls off out there and got the whole shot. Can't thank them enough for prepping me a good gate. I just tried to put in some good laps at the start. I knew there was some tilled sections, so I just let this Husqvarna eat. This thing's an amazing bike. That's what helped me get it done out there. But yeah, overall it was a good moto.
Well, congratulations on another gold medal. Hey, I was listening to the boys up in the tower, and if I heard them right, I think they were wanting to know about that celebration you had there pulling off the track. Where did that come from?
When I'm cycling and passing people, I always do it just to mess with people. It's just fun. I like to keep it fun up here. The 125 class has some beef, but I like to keep it cool.
And we like to keep it fun, too. We love it. All right, well, great job. Congratulations on the gold medal. You feeling good going into moto number 3? What's the plan?
Yes, sir. Just hope to do the same thing again, execute my start, push hard. All the training we've been putting in down at the Baker's factory shows towards the end of the motos. That's where I shine. Can't thank Timmy, Justin, Alden enough down there. We put in a lot of work.
Well, I know it takes a ton of help to be able to go 1-1 here at Loretta Lynn's. Who else you want to thank?
Lord for keeping me safe. My parents and my grandparents. I really couldn't do it without all the support. Andrew Thiel, Big Daddy Fresh, EcoGuard, Mid-American Salt, can't thank him enough. Team Husqvarna, Darian, Jed, Jen. This bike's amazing out there, handling super well with my TCD suspension. Can't thank Tim and Dave and Heather over there enough. My bike's been unreal all week. 110 Racing Gear, Chris and Jen over there. Gear's super comfortable. They got me a couple custom sets for this race, so can't thank them enough for all the support. Monster Army, Bow Helmets, Aaron Kane over at Oakley, Alpine Star, Christian and Cy over there, Jason over at EVS. Just everyone that makes this thing happen. Baker's Factory, All Coffee Bikes, All Coffee gets you there. My sister, my brother back home, all my family friends back home, my friend Trip down at Claremont, little fat boy, and just everyone else that helps me get up here. Thank you all so much.
How about a big round of applause for your gold medalist, Tristan Pruitt. And now we are going to get our silver medalist up to the podium, front and center. Dane Pappas, come on up. And there you go, dude. A silver medal headed your way. 5-2 moto scores for you so far. Take us through this second moto.
Yeah, my first 2 motos were not good, so we're trying to turn it around. We're getting there bit by bit. Yeah, we just got to get off the gate, and then we'll be right there.
Gonna be headed into Moto 3. What's the vibes? What's the plan?
Just get it done. I mean, it's hard with a bad first moto, but we're still gonna send it.
And it's a hot one out here today. How's the fitness feeling?
Good. We're working on my suspension, so it's getting better.
All right, congratulations on the silver medal. Who you want to thank for helping you get it done?
My mom, my dad, my family, friends, brothers, the whole Monster Energy team, Ring Kawasaki, Ryan Holiday, Eric, Derek, Danny, Clint for helping me this whole week, Fox, Alex, Matt, Connor, Danny, Bell, Aaron Kane, Oakley, Pro Circuit, Luke, Jake, Monster Energy, and everybody else. Thank you so much.
Let's hear it one time for your silver medalist, Dane Pappas. And now we will get our bronze medalist up to the stage. Wyatt Duff, come on up. And there he is now. Wyatt, we'll get you front and center here, buddy. Come on around. 6-3 moto scores for you so far. Take us through getting this bronze medal here in moto number 2.
Yeah, much better than earlier today. Got off to a pretty good start, about 10th place. Made a couple passes real quick, got up there and just, you know, tried to keep a solid pace without risking falling over like earlier.
And having to fight for this one in the heat of the day, how was it out there?
It's hot.
It's hot, it's gnarly, but hey, you were able to get it done. Who you want to thank for helping you out?
The Lord Jesus Christ, my Savior, everybody here for me, my mom, my dad, my brother, my mechanic Pooh, Ron, my grandma, everybody here. United Motorsports, Fox, Oakley, Monster, Team Green, Pro Circuit, everybody from the Dog Pound, Burner, the Lawrences, Dan Truman, Aaron, Alex, everybody who supports me, thank you.
One final question. We ready to go for Moto 3?
I'm ready.
He's ready. Let's hear it for your bronze medalist, Wyatt Duff. That will do it for us on the podiums here in the Schoolboy 2 division. For Moto number 2, we'll throw it back up to you guys in the tower.
All right, thank you. He didn't just look ready. He looked ready to go right back behind the gate and pick another spot out for Moto 3.
Yeah, you could tell he's fit out here for sure. And, you know, we were saying it was unseasonably cool for Loretta's, but that's not the case when you get to this time of the afternoon. We got a few more minutes here on Amazon Prime, YouTube, and some other outlets like Roku TV.
Yep.
And we'll stay with it on FloRacing. If you want to subscribe to FloRacing, just scan that QR code. This is just